Hello, everyone. I am here with my buddy Sean, also known as S-Fair. Hi, Sean. Hello, everyone. Oh, I
Hi,
forgot
Jason. How are you?
to mute something. Duh.
Oh
I
no.
heard myself in the background. As you can tell, I am very scuffed. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly try to do a flip of the screen, or at least of my side, so it actually looks not everything in my background is flipped again. Oh God, I hate that. It's so dumb. Like, why does Discord do that? That actually angers me. Alright, hold on. Edit transform. Let's just do 540. And then, there we go.
Are you good there, bud?
One sec. How do you flip? Oh, I have that blocked.
Transform.
Yeah, transform.
Yeah.
I'm clearly a boomer with this shit. Oh God, what have I done? Oh God. Oh dear God, what have I done? Oh no.
Look at me, I'm Jason.
Oh dear God, what am I doing, man? What am I doing? 960. That's still not enough. God damn it.
Oh, dude, you are having a hard time right now.
I know.
How did you even pull that off? Where it's like you're directly in the middle.
I don't know. I
Oh,
genuinely
I
don't
see. I
know.
see. Um,
Alright. Now we should be
yeah.
balling. Somewhat. Hold on. My OCD has started screaming at me. Give me a second. Alright, there we go. That's better. How's it going, y'all in chat? Sorry for the weird fuckery going on. That should be better. Oh my God, that's a lot better now. Thank God. Alright. Never touching that again. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
dude.
now it actually looks like it's correct. So yeah,
You
how's it
never
going,
have to
y'all?
touch it again. You never have to touch it again until you bring someone else on that has a letter after S in their name.
Oh, then
Uh,
don't tell me that. Oh fuck. Okay, so anyways, I'm SavageCast. The special guest here today with me is S-Fair, also known as
hello,
Sean.
hello,
Would you like to tell
hello.
us a little bit about you?
I'm S Fair, also known as Sean. That's about it. All you guys need to know right now. Now, yeah. Hello, guys. For those of you that know or don't know me, I'm S Fair. Jason and I have been friends for like what 2.5, 3 years
I
now.
would say at least 3 years now, because I think I've known Harrison for about 3.5.
Yeah, I love to pop up in Jason's stream, say some dumb shit, and then leave for like a month.
And occasionally waste 30k points on Vine
Dude,
Boom.
that was the dumbest thing. I don't know. I don't know what's worse. Like I lost, not lost. It was very worth it. I spent 30,000 points on the Vine booms.
And it
I don't know
lasted
what's
like
worse,
15
that
minutes.
or when you were doing the AI Mario Party, where I lost 30K on a bet because I was just like very like adamant. I'm like bloopers just winning every single time, and he kept winning, and then I'm like, all right,
And
fuck
then
it, I'm
you
dropping
just lost all your
30K.
points. You
I
basically
dropped
gambled your life
30K,
away.
and then after that, I'm like, I got 20K left, so I dropped it all on a point waster. So I dropped down to like 100 points left.
uh, but yeah.
So I think that's the worst waste of points I've ever had in your stream.
Oh, there's also a ladybug just jumped off the bed. For those
Yeah.
curious, Sean has a cat named Ladybug, and
Yeah,
she
you'll see her
is
probably pop in and
adorbs.
out. It's still daytime, so like she's awake, running around. So you'll
Yeah,
see her a bit.
awesome. So, anyways, what shall we get into first, Sean? Should we talk about
Dude,
our history of gaming, both of us,
dude,
what games we played
it's
growing up?
your stream, it's your channel.
She's so
You make the
adorable too. Yes,
decision.
she
I know
is.
I know we got a list of stuff to talk through.
All right. Well,
I know
let's
I'm here for
talk
the ride.
about
You just tell me.
our Oh, can I stress how much I hate cell companies? Dude, they suck. They just always
Dude.
have.
Oh my
I've
god,
had
fucking cell phone
AT&T
companies,
for the
man.
longest time. I don't know if anyone else here does. They've
Hmm.
been reliable. I'm luckily not the one who pays for it, but I've heard the prices are okay and their coverage is okay-ish, but going international sucks with them. Just gonna say that
Dude,
much.
right? Like I got AT&T because they're good at where I live.
Yeah.
I went to college though; it was hot garbage.
Yep, I believe it.
Like it was so spotty. But I could just rant all day about cell phone companies. It's awful
Yeah,
how
no,
much of a monopoly they have.
them and
Um,
internet companies are like the worst. It doesn't
Dude, when I
matter.
got
It
home
doesn't
from-
matter who
when I got
you
home from
have. They all
college-
suck.
when I got home from college, man, it was like suddenly me back in the house with like my parents and my kid sister, and we're all like using phones. We're all trying to like stream stuff,
Yeah.
and it was so goddamn slow. And I went and I started digging. I'm like, do you guys know the internet speed? And they're just like, oh, we have no idea. I'm like, okay, well, you guys are still paying for cable TV. This is like 2018, by the way.
Yeah.
Like they're still paying for cable TV. And I'm like, let me dig into like what you guys got going. And like let's look at alternatives for you guys. And I found out that for their internet, they were getting like you know standard now is like a gig down and then like however much up or whatever.
If you're lucky, yeah. Like that's the high end.
They were getting 5 like or 25 down, 5 up.
Oh, I'm gonna one up you on that story. I did the
Yeah.
same thing back in 2017 or 2016 when I had my Wii U and I was playing Splatoon. I was like, Dad, the internet's shit. Like I didn't say it exactly like that, but I said it damn close to that. I was like, Dad, can we switch internet plans? And he was like, well, you go do the research and we'll upgrade. So I found Xfinity for a lot cheaper. We had Verizon and it was, get this, Sean, it was 5 down, 1 up.
What the fuck?
It was 5 down, 1 up. It was so bad. We were paying for that plan since like 09.
It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. But I got them out of that plan and I got them onto like YouTube TV and I got them a better internet plan.
Yeah.
And saving them money in the process. But you want to know the funniest part of it all? Like,
What?
I've got a deep voice. I've always had a deep voice. My dad wasn't like available for the call, and he had no idea what to say to the company.
So you
So they're
pretend
like,
to be the
"Sean,
father.
Pretend to be your dad. I've done that multiple times where I'm like, hi, yes, I am S Fair's dad. I would like to cancel this plan, please.
I am Mr. Sean. Please, I would like to cancel my phone plan and my internet plan.
Dude, I had to be careful because I just almost fully doxed myself with the last name and everything.
Yeah, I don't want that happening.
No.
Nah.
But yeah, fuck internet companies, fuck phone companies.
Oh yeah, no, they suck. Like
Such
my previous job, I worked for a subcontract or not a contractor for Xfinity, and like I literally got to see the maps of the cable. I know they are lazy as fuck. They are literally next to my house, 200 feet away is fiber optic. Nah, let's just convert it to coaxial. Fuck you guys. You guys don't need fast speeds. Nah, you can just pay $100 a month for coaxial in 2023. I saw your maps,
dude.
damn it. I worked at that place for 8 months. I know how lazy you fuckers are. Oh my god.
Dude, my knowledge of internet was like so lacking when I went to college. I didn't know what an Ethernet cable was when I got to college. Well, I mean, like, here's the thing, right? We didn't.
But you played
to-
Halo, Sean. Did you not go to
Yeah,
a LAN party growing up?
Well, we would have like a single Xbox. I'd have enough friends to have a full
okay.
LAN party.
That's
Well,
fair.
also keep in mind Halo when it was like huge, like Halo 1 and 2. I was like 10. My friends weren't allowed to have.
Yeah, no,
Halo
that's
at
fair.
the time.
Dude, I had a friend in kindergarten who played Halo.
Oh, I did too.
Everyone had that one kid with the mother who did not give a
Dude,
shit.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. We were about to talk about like our history with gaming and how we got into it.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been playing games as long as I can remember.
Yeah, same here.
Like we've always had consoles like Nintendo 64. We had all the games. We had like the Game Boy Colors. We had each of the siblings had their own Game Boy Color.
Oh, dude.
When we were playing Pokemon, we each had a different game so we could trade with each other.
Nice.
Yeah, but talking Halo specifically, it's funny that we're talking about that because like this was in the age of like games are starting to like look realistic. So
Yeah.
Halo starting to come up. And this was like tiny me. My parents would put the game on top of a bookshelf so we couldn't reach it. And my brother and I were like, all right, they're gonna be gone for like 2 or 3 hours. Get on my shoulders, and we're gonna stand up. You're gonna reach up and grab that game. And like I would grab the game, dude. I'm like 4 years old, 5 years old. I'm not even in like kindergarten yet, and like we're sneaking and like climbing on these bookshelves to grab these games just so we can play with each other. But like, yeah, I've been playing Halo all my life, which is like why I'm kind of sad about like how the newer ones.
Oh yeah, no, the
kinda
franchise is being steamrolled right now, and I do feel bad for any fans of it. But unfortunately, just the whole genre of FPSs is kind of been in the dumps. Its peak was in the thousands, I would argue, especially with Halo and the as of then, like late thousands to Call of Duties back then were amazing.
Dude, you had Halo 3, Halo Reach, you had Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Exactly.
Like the original Call of Duty Black Ops, like those
dude,
are great.
I played Black Ops 2 growing up, and that shit was fire.
Yeah, dude, it was Modern Warfare 2 for us. Remember correctly? Yeah, so like
yeah, they should have stopped after 3 on Halo, and they should have stopped after 3 on Black Ops.
Reach was so good.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, Reach was so good because
we need more funny shooters. We just need better shooters. We can't just have the same crap produced every year, because that's what Activision loves fucking doing. And it's really sterilized the genre.
Did you play Splitgate, or did you try that?
No, I installed it and then just never touched it. But by the time I wanted to play it, no one wanted to play it because it was a dead game.
It had a great premise, dude.
It really did. Like it was Portal meets COD, and it sounded like really fun.
Portal meets Halo.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
Like I played it for like a day, and I had a great time. And I wish that game succeeded because we need new challengers and like the environment.
Yeah.
I haven't played a good FPS in a while. A lot of FPSs are like, it's fucked up because like they're introducing this like the battle pass model, which is very popular.
I hate that model. Nowadays. I think it's very predatory.
Like I bought the newer Call of Duty because I'm like, yeah, my friends and I were gonna get it, we're gonna play it. And like I picked it up. I played 8 hours, dude, because it was just like constantly in your face, buy the battle pass, buy the battle pass. You can get these skins, you can get these cosmetics, buy the battle pass. Oh, by the way, you spent $60. Oh, guess what? If you want this new season of game and you want to play the game anymore, you have to buy this. Like
wow.
I don't know about you. I played a lot of Destiny. Like I played Destiny.
Oh yeah, that game's been ruined, I heard.
I fucking love Destiny. Destiny 2 comes out. Like you can't even play the content unless you buy it each season.
What the fuck?
You have to buy
I thought it was free to play. Like you could just.
It's free to play. But they lock like some dungeons and like raids behind like paid content.
Oh my god,
it's so fucked up because it creates like this FOMO, right?
Yeah.
Where like if you don't play at this time, you're gonna miss out on some of the stuff that's going on. I got back into it like last year with some friends when the Witch Queen came out, one of the expansions.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
I was having a great time with it. But I'm like, hey, how do I get this weapon? They're like, oh, sorry, this was an event that was like 2 years ago. You can't get it anymore.
Wow.
Like, what the fuck? They're like, oh, by the way, this content, you have to pay for it. Oh, you paid for it? Well, guess what? You can't play it anymore because no one wants to play it because you don't get good stuff from it anymore. Like everything is just like power crept. The old stuff that you get is just dead and gone.
Yeah, I also heard that they I this isn't hearsay, but they basically delayed one of their recent expansions to instead make more skins that cost like $10 each.
I don't know how true that is, but I wouldn't put it past them.
But yeah, like they did good when they made it free to play for like a year or two, but then I heard they just completely just swept everything under the rug and just screwed all their fans over.
No, it's
Diablo 4.
I really like the game.
What are your thoughts on that? Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Get me fucking started.
I can't understand why people would waste like 4 figures on that fucking game. I could not.
Only reason I bought the game, right? One of my friends bought it for me because he's like, I love Diablo 3. I owned like 4 copies of Diablo 3 or something like that. Because like I bought it on my Xbox 360. I bought it on PC. I bought it on my Switch. And then, oh god, I think I only own 3 copies, but I had the 3 copies. And I bought it for 2 other people because of how much I love them. Like, I want you guys to play this with me. And one of those guys that I bought it for is like, hey, I enjoy this game. I know you're not planning on buying it right now because I was dealing with a bunch of like financial shit when that was coming up. And I can get into that later. But he's like, I want you to play this game with me. So he bought it for me. And we played through the game. We had a good time. And then season drops. And that's my favorite part of the game is the seasons, because it's like you can start a brand new character. They introduce a bunch of shit for the seasons only. Back in Diablo 3, it's like, hey, you can extract legendary powers from this gear. And you can use that as part of your build without having to wear it. So you can get some really cool stuff going on. Mix and match your pieces without having to like wear older shit that's not good, except for it's like single power. They're like, hey, instead of having like a single slot for a weapon, a single slot for armor, and a single slot for jewelry, you can make all 3 slots whatever you want. You want 3 weapons? Fuck it, you can do 3 weapons. So they're like, it would be a special modifier like that each season. And you'd get unique gear and cosmetics that was exclusive to those seasons. And once again,
that's what keeps it fresh.
Yeah, it's like, once again, FOMO can happen because you miss out on some of the cosmetics. But like, the whole different from Destiny, where Destiny's like, hey, you missed this gear and these legendary equipment that is some of the best weapons you can use. You're missing out there. Diablo's like, here's some cosmetics. Here's some armor that you can get in the season. You can still get it outside of the season, so it's fine. But like, you can get it super early and easily through completing a set of challenges. So I had a great time. I play them all. I would play with Harrison. We'd play, like, new season would come up. We'd just sit down all day and play. And we'd have a great time.
Yeah.
Diablo 4 rolls around, and it's like, here's the pass. It's all cosmetics. And normally in the battle pass system, it's like, we'll introduce currency to you to where you can buy the next pass. And like, if you buy it once and you complete it, you can buy the next pass. What Diablo did, it costs 1,000 currency to buy it.
Which I guess is like, what, $10 or?
Yeah, about.
Yeah.
Take a guess of how much you would get from it.
You get fuck all.
It's not 1,000.
It's like,
the answer was, it's very fitting for Diablo. The answer was 666.
Haha.
You want to know the fucked up thing with this though?
What?
So this has to be intentional, right? It's 1,000 per battle pass. Get 666 on the first one. Can't buy the second one. You spend money on the second one, get 666 again. It's all right. You're at 1332. You can buy the third pass. You complete the third pass. If you guys can do math, you finish at 998. So now you have to buy another pass.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, so like, it takes 2 more passes to be able to buy the next one. But it's beyond fucked up. And like, they didn't introduce anything into the season to make it worth coming back to play. I played 2 hours, I'm like, I am bored as hell, and I stopped playing. I had no interest. My friends stopped playing. But it's ridiculous. And yeah, like what Ankh just came in and said.
Yeah.
I'm paying $70 for this game, and then it's asking me for another $10 for this battle pass that I can't purchase the next one for, and I have to spend another 10. It's unreal. You have the shop. It's like, hey, you want these cosmetics? By the way, $25 for this package. Oh, you want some horse armor? $15. It's fucking unreal. At least, because it's like, I can't earn these cosmetics in game that I've already spent $70 for.
At least with like Fortnite, for example, I hate mentioning that fucking game because it's a dump. But back in like 2017, I will admit I did play it, and I will also admit I did buy a battle pass for it because I was playing with friends at the time. But like, that's $10 on a game. That I am completely justifying because I played like, 40 hours of it with friends. It was worth it. When you're paying $70 for a game, you should get the full game. No. Last I checked, in the 90s, you paid $50, $60, $70 for a full game. You got the CD, you owned it, you didn't need an internet connection constantly, you could play the game. Well, dude, today, you have to pay $70 for the base game, plus Fortnite, $10 every couple months for the season passes, plus like $100 in different cosmetics. Like, they just want money. It's a cash cow.
I feel like Fortnite's an interesting case, though, because like, Fortnite didn't start as a battle royale.
No, it didn't.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, it was a save the world thing.
Yeah, they had something called Fortnite Save the World that was fully PVM, and I actually bought it. I did buy that, and it was pretty fun. I had a great time with my friends. Like we played the full game. But what was cool with it was you were supposed to buy like V-Bucks for the battle royale, get your skins, buy your battle pass. That single player mode that they had, you spent like $40 on it. You could earn the V-Bucks infinitely through that. They would
Really?
introduce missions. They'd introduce missions. You could get V-Bucks through that. It's like, hey, here's a weekly
Wow.
mission. You can go get like a couple hundred V-Bucks, and it would stack up. And I was able to go buy like skins in the multiplayer. So I was able to do that and buy the battle pass, buy skins, because I played the single player. And I had a ton of fun with it. I had a great time with friends playing that game. But it did not start as
thank you, Anxious, for the follow. I appreciate it.
Yeah. But it did not start as a battle royale. And I feel like Fortnite kind of like founded that battle royale type of genre.
Well, it found its niche. I mean, it kind of copied off of what was that blue hole game? PUBG. PUBG kind of made that first back in like 2016. I remember that, and it got a huge following. But then something fucked up or something along the lines. They couldn't dev stuff in time, and then Fortnite, Epic Games just had a lot of money behind them, so they're like, fuck it, let's just invest all of our money into Fortnite. And goddamn, did it succeed! It succeeded amazingly, and it kind of killed off most of the other battle royales at the time. There are a bunch now, like a bunch of COD ones, like Warzone and shit like that. There's also like that one indie one, they were made by the same group as Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. That one I've heard is pretty fun because of the modifiers and all the shit. You actually had to pay for it. I think it was like $30 when it launched, but then they made it free to play a year ago-ish. And they do the cosmetics model just like Fortnite does now. But they used to just do the buy and play, kind of like what Fall Guys did. And Fall Guys as well was a buy once, play forever, and now it's a free to play. So I feel like a lot of them are starting to fall in line with that.
Dude, so it's crazy though with the extent that they like these free to play games are gonna go for these cosmetics. Because like I played a lot of Apex. I played a lot of it. And they started to introduce these models for like getting new skins that they called like prestige skins, I think.
Are they like those little loot crate things? Those like little loot crate drones?
It wasn't through that. There was another model that they did for an event. They're like, hey, different characters have these items called heirlooms. They do nothing for you. They're purely cosmetic.
I've heard of those.
But to get one guaranteed, you have to open 500 crates.
What the fuck?
That's the pity. Where it's like, if you don't happen to get it by chance, if you open 500 loot crates, you get this guaranteed. So people are dropping a ton of money to get that. And then they would introduce a brand new heirloom for like a character and like, hey, you can get this guaranteed if you open 24 of these packs. By the way, these packs cost like $8 a piece. So it's like, you're guaranteed to get this weapon that does nothing for you except purely cosmetic for like $160. Yeah, so
what's
so
the
cheap
point,
and affordable,
man?
right?
What's the point?
Because think about it this way: you're getting a skin for this character, you're getting this skin, you're getting this weapon skin, and it's so fucked, dude.
Yeah. This shit, the shit podcast, you people have ability for civilized conversation. Surprise, but a welcome one. Yes, hi Daniel, how's it going?
It's because I'm on here. It's because I'm on here. If it was Jason or anybody else, no conversation.
Oh yeah, no. So yeah, NSO costing $20 a year, I find stupid. That being said, I have a Patreon where you can contribute $1 a month, and I add you to a family plan. Actually, I only have like maybe 1 or 2 more slots for that, but just FYI. That being said, don't pay $60 a year for the N64 games. Go download Project 64 on your laptop. It'll run on it. Trust me. Hell, it can run on a Raspberry Pi. I don't get why people buy the expansion pass. I really don't.
Dude, the talking online specifically too for like consoles. Like Xbox Live has always been a thing. PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation raised their prices recently, and so did Xbox. Come on, guys, what's the point? Like, you're only convincing more people to jump ship to PC.
I canceled my subscription with PlayStation.
I can't blame you. I really can't blame you. It's completely justifiable. They like what, almost doubled their prices?
I think I was paying like I had the full one before, where it was like you get the 12 months and you get the access to like their full catalog of stuff.
Yeah.
So I had that for like $120, I think,
And I
and now
think
it's like
they upped that to like
160.
160. Yeah. That's
And
disgusting, dude.
yeah, yeah. So
I'm
I'm like,
sorry, I
I
can't
can't
do
do it.
that. I
Can't do
I
it.
would rather dig through like one of those piracy sites and get a game, or use fucking Game Pass, for God's sake. Game Pass, like,
Yeah.
I hate subscription services, Sean. You should know this plenty about
Oh,
me.
I know.
I
Yeah.
hate subscription services, but I will admit, if you can get Game Pass on the cheap, it's not that bad of a deal. It's really not. You just have to use it. If you're one of those idiots that buys it and then never touches it, you're just another dumb consumer that throws money to companies. But if you actually use it and play games often, it's a steal for the price.
Oh, absolutely. Like I was using it a lot. I got a lot of like playtime. There's some fantastic games out there. Like Starfield just came out, and like that's a game.
Yeah, you could play that
uh,
game like what, 3 days before released on Game Pass. Like, again,
I think
they're
a day,
oh,
maybe.
still, point is, I heard that game is a buggy fucking mess, but
Dude,
it's a Bethesda game. What the fuck did you expect? If you played Skyrim, you should know.
I'm sure it's not related, but you want to hear something kind of like sad with that happened with Harrison and his computer?
Oh, what happened?
He was so excited to play Starfield, and like I got to his house after work because like I was working in like the city, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna catch a ride out to your house, and I showed up, and it's like, yeah, I'm so excited to check this out, and 5 minutes in, game crashes. And then we loaded up, game crashes. We find out, I think it was something on his graphics card like kind of burnt up.
Oh shit.
I'm sure if I say this, I don't know what it means. The purple dots of death, where your whole screen gets covered in the purple dots.
Oh.
Yeah.
That to me sounds like either one of the memory chips killed itself or a fuse or something died in the card.
But
That sucks, dude.
He said he's good now.
Okay. Did he replace the card or what?
Yeah.
Did he upgrade? I assume he upgraded to like 40 series or something.
I think 4060 something.
That sucks though. He had a really good 2080 Super, if I remember correctly. That was a good card.
Yeah.
And it was a VGA too. You can't go wrong with the VGA cards. Those are like solid. I kind of feel bad for the guy now. That sucks.
Yeah, dude.
It's a Bethesda game. It's a buggy mess by definition. Yeah, no shit. You prefer owning games outright? I prefer owning them outright too, but there are a lot of storefronts that basically say you will owe nothing and you will be happy. Like Ubisoft, if your account is inactive for 5 years, they will literally delete your fucking account. I'm not even making that shit up. They've literally deleted people's accounts.
Did not know that.
Thankfully, Steam is a legendary Chad and is very great for people. And, the refund policy is decent, like 2 hours and you can refund a game before that. As long as you play it within the first month of owning it. But like, they do a decent job with their refund policy as well as other things, albeit they do have DRM, but it's very easily bypassable. And, they clearly are very much consumer first rather than publisher first, to a point where people move to Epic Games to have a smaller cut taken out. I think Epic Games offered like 5% cut instead of 15% that Steam does, something like that.
I don't know.
Either way, Steam is just more fleshed out, which is why I support it more, because it's just a great platform. It's a great platform to buy games on. The Steam sales are amazing. It's not run by a Chinese company that data mines your computer on the hour. They're a decent company. They're a decent company. Yeah, exactly. They basically have to keep up their monopoly, and they have to be the good guy, because it's one of the few times where a monopoly has actually worked, at least to some degree. Monopolies typically don't work for obvious reasons, but Steam does a pretty good job about that.
Yeah, dude. But going back to games, what's your thoughts on the direction games have gone, where like it releases day one, where they're like, hey, day one, here's the new DLC pack that you can purchase. Here's the season pass that you can buy.
I fucking
What's your
hate
thoughts
that.
on all that?
You should be releasing a full game. And I also hate when when games are released, but they're buggy as shit. they're unfinished garbage, and that like here's a good example: Mario Tennis Aces. Remember when that game came out and it was an absolute
I did not play
dumpster fire,
it, so
and people stopped
I don't
playing
know.
it?
I didn't get it.
Well, people
But
stopped playing it
what was
like
wrong with
a week after it released, and then they finally
Really?
updated it like 6 months later and fixed it and added bounce patches. Guess what? No one played the game after that. Fallout 76, yeah, that's another good example. Fallout 76, a buggy fucking mess. People played it for like a couple months. There are still some people that play it, and I don't know why. But for the most part, the game died in the first month. Redfall,
Yeah.
absolute dog shit of a game. That game lasted maybe 3 days before it
Yeah.
died. That
Meg
was
just
a
gave an
horrid
example.
game.
Meg gave the example I was gonna say.
Yeah, Scarlet
Pokemon Scarlet and
Violet.
Violet.
I played that
fucking
game.
love
I played that game a
Pokemon,
week
dude.
before it released, dude,
Yeah.
and there are so many bugs to it. And have you seen a meme of crazy? Do you know what Crazy Frog is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Axel F, Crazy Frog. But
Yeah.
there was a meme going around of like you know the Pokemon that you ride like a motorcycle in the game.
Yeah.
It didn't render. So your character was just crazy frogging around, and it's
Dude. Yeah, no, that was my example, because I just tried to stream this 3 days ago, the new DLC, and I had a fucking hard time getting into it, because like
I can understand why.
well, here's the problem, right? Because you load into it, you load in, and everything's just moving like so slow, and like it was a problem when I played the game the first time, but then I left the game for a year, and I'm like, cool, I can like hopefully come back to this. It's gonna have some problems fixed. I looked past it. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I played it since as long as I can remember.
Since,
Literally,
like, Blue
Pokemon
or
is the
Red?
reason I learned how to read from playing Pokemon. Like it's that important of a game to me. So like I'm super passionate about it. I got a ton of Pokemon back here. And it's super important to me. Like
Yeah, I know. I
so
get that.
I want to defend the series. It's not the best game out there. I can't deny that. It is not the best game. But I fucking hated the DLC. I played for 30 minutes. You get in. It takes place after the main story happens. Like you've gone through all these boss battles. You've done the Elite Four, the champion. You like the big boss battle that they have at the end. The Pokemon are like 65 to 68. Everything is at like near legendary status for stats. Like
Wow.
they're all there. And then you go into the DLC, and it's like, hey, first trainer you fight, level 58 to 60. They got little shitter Pokemon you can find on the first route of a game. Like the first trainer had like a Poochyena and like a Vulpix.
Yeah.
And you're in here with your fully grown team that you took on like the champion with. So it's so dumb. And I'm like,
That reminds me of Sun
I
and
just hate
Moon
it.
a bit.
I hate it.
That reminds me of Sun and Moon. I played Moon back in like 2016, and I was like, wow, this game's easy. What the fuck?
Mhm.
like me as a first time guy playing Pokemon Moon, I was just like, wow, this is supposed to be hard?
Yeah. But yeah, no, I
Like I could
like I've been
use
saying-
my leveled up Slowbro and just one hit kill everything. And I'm just like,
yeah.
this is not fun.
Dude, I had no intentions of ever buying the DLC. It was bought for me to stream it.
Nah,
And
okay.
I'm like, I had no intentions of ever buying the DLC because I think it's kind of just scummy practice that they got.
Yeah.
Because like they're releasing a shitty product and then coming in and saying, hey, here's more story, but we're not going to fix the game. I just couldn't really condone it. It was bought for me though, so I'm like, all right, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But yeah, that's why I do self-impose rules. Like for those of you guys that don't, I play a lot of like Nuzlocke. I like will randomize the games. I'll modify it to make it harder, boosting like AI difficulty.
Yeah, you do some crazy shit.
And I have a great time with it. Because I was thinking back to like these games, they feel like they're babying you at this point.
Yeah.
But here's the problem, right? It's a children's game. It's a children's game. That's how it started. That's what they want to keep moving forward. Just because their main audience grew up. Like I would love if it was catered towards me as a player. I'm not their target audience. I still love the games. I'm not their target audience. But that's why I love to
You're
like
an old
try
man
to find
to
the
them.
replayability.
You don't care.
Dude, I know. I'm
You're
basically in
you're
my
just
like,
disposable income.
I'm in my deathbed at this point. But the games are not catered to me.
Yeah,
Like,
there's also
they're not
that
designed for
if
me.
games are too hard, people won't play them. That is also true. That's also
Exactly,
why I
exactly.
guess, Pizza Tower and Dark Souls and all that have a difficulty curve to them that not many people enjoy.
Yeah,
There are
like I
some
mean,
that do.
especially for a game like Pokemon, though, like I want the games to be harder because like I enjoy that challenge. But if you take a game that is supposed to be designed for children, like I don't think Nintendo will ever find success in creating difficult games because that's not their target audience.
Yeah. That's also why, like, I guess Kirby does relatively well, because they don't make Kirby hard. They make it for children. It is quite
Yeah.
literally baby's first platformer. Not to shit talk people who like Kirby, because I know there's quite a bunch of you in chat right now. But he
Meg, I
does
got
some
you. I
really
got you, Meg.
stupid easy shit. he is
Sorry.
his whole franchise is just easy as fuck. It's a cakewalk. It's great music, great for kids, and I guess if you're co-oping with your son or daughter, it's great. But it's not a hard game franchise by any
Oh
means.
no,
Is
not
it
at all.
creepy as
Not
fuck?
at
Oh my
all.
god, yes. But it is not. It is not hard at all.
Here's this eldritch being that can swallow people whole and absorb their powers. Kids game.
There's that jester guy that gets cut in half on your screen. Yeah, that's totally normal.
Oh man, but it's crazy to think though that a lot of these games, how like games weren't so mainstream when they had come out.
Yeah.
Because I was telling Harrison a little anecdote about Pokemon because he sent me a video of a pastor pointing to different energies from like the card game, and they're like, "Here's the energy of like Earth, Wind, and Fire," and started going on to a spiel about how Pokemon is satanic.
Oh yeah.
And I went back thinking back to my childhood where like I lived in a cul-de-sac. It was just a bunch of families with like kids going
Yeah,
from like
you told me
kindergarten
about
through like
this,
sixth
yeah.
grade. So we just had a bunch of kids running around. We were playing like all these games. We were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! We were playing Pokemon. There was one family. The kids were not allowed to play with us because we played Pokemon. Because they were super religious. And they were just like, you're not allowed to play with them because Pokemon is satanic. It promotes evolution, and that is completely wrong. And they weren't allowed to play with us. These little kids were not allowed to play with the rest of the kids in the neighborhood because Pokemon is satanic.
Oh my god. I forgot about that whole thing where everyone thought like Pokemon was a call. Have you ever seen that episode of South Park where they basically have the Pokemon company basically
Yeah.
like make these kids part of like the Japanese army and basically teach them to kamikaze and shit like that?
Yeah.
Dude, South Park was a whole different breed and it made fun of that and it was
Unreal.
hilarious.
Also, they don't know I'm not opening the can of worms that is religion. I am not doing that. We're not getting
we're
into that
not.
right now.
No. It was very funny. Like funny how it was mostly Christians, but it was just like a bunch of people in general were like Pokemon bad. It is satanic, and it was just a whole thing that like the media just cooked up, frankly.
Yeah,
and it's the same. It was the same thing with rock and roll in the the 50s and 60s.
Yeah,
rock is satanic. It's bad for your ear. Well, obviously, any loud music's bad for your ears.
You went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame while you're up in Cleveland, right?
Yeah. We'll talk about travel momentarily, but yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did go up to Cleveland while I was in a undisclosed location. Actually, I'll just say it. I was in Akron. But I was in Akron, so I was like, okay, Cleveland is half an hour up north. Fuck it, we ball. I'm going to buy tickets, go up there, and visit the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum for an hour or two. And unfortunately, Harrison texted me while I was there, and he was like, "Dude, we're having lunch," and I'm like, "Fuck, I'm in Cleveland, shit!" So I had to speed run the fucking museum to get back.
Before we really start to dive into a different topic, anybody in chat got any questions about what we've been talking about so far? Because we've been somehow chatting for 40 minutes.
This is what Jason and
I do. Yeah, this is what Jason and I do. We'll sit down. I was just like, hey, you want to shoot the shit? And then we realize an hour and a half has passed.
The character designs are targeted to us at least. Cough, yes, a cough. Dude, I know, right? God damn, so Marina hot? From Splatoon 2, please.
What are you doing to me, Nintendo?
I know I've made this joke way too often, but dark-skinned Nintendo girls are a gift from God. But
It's
yeah,
unreal.
no. What other games do we want to like talk about? Do we want to talk about what we grew up with? I know you grew up with Pokemon, but any others you grew up with?
God, yeah, I had Pokemon, Halo, Yu-Gi-Oh was a huge one for me. It's why I
Was
still
it a
play
card game
nowadays.
or were there actual
I
video games
played.
for it?
There were both.
Okay.
But like I said, I grew up in a cul-de-sac. So all the kids would like play the physical like card game. Um, so like we would buy these packs, we would trade with each other, we'd build decks, we'd have tournaments. I was the fucking king of that cul-de-sac. It was great. I had a good time. Um, and it's crazy to think because like I still play it and the game has changed significantly.
Yeah.
And
Um,
I don't want to dig too deep into it, but it's changed so much from when I was like a kid playing it
There's
compared to
a
now.
comment I saw Meg say. I never really played those games. A lot of my gaming experience was DS shovelware targeting girls. Oh, dude, there was tons of that on the DS. My sister was a victim to that shit. Oh my god. There was like Zuzu pets and stuff like that. There was Cooking Mama. Nintendogs. Does anybody remember Nintendogs? That was the thing my
Dude,
sister
I want a
religiously played
Nintendo
as a
so
kid.
bad. I wanted it.
I will admit I had a couple shovelware titles as well, like 101 and 1, which was made by Atlas. It was just a bunch of stupid touchscreen games. But there was also other stuff, like Clubhouse games, which I got really excited over when they released a Switch game for it, which ended up being kind of mid. But like I tell you, that Clubhouse games on a DS was probably my most played DS game, and I mean that because it had like 25 different card games on it, like a standard 52 deck. And it had like maybe another 25 different board games on it. From stuff like chess to something as complex as Contract Bridge, if you know what that is, or Rummy
Mm.
or stuff like that. It had absolutely bonkers stuff. It had Field Tactics on it. There was just a lot of different stuff. How do you think taste in games changes as people get older and don't have as much free
I,
time?
as the
RPGs.
resident boomer, I feel like I should chime in on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dude, I used to get like so into these super massive games. I'm like, dude, this game is 200 hours. I can sit down for 12 hours a day and play it. I'd stay up till 4 in the morning playing these games. I can't do that anymore. Like if the game comes to me, it's like, hey, you can put hundreds of hours into this. I'm just like, oh no, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I just
Which
don't
is
have
why,
much time for that. And I can relate on that because I have like a giant backlog. And Ian, you've known me for the longest time. You know I was like, okay, fuck it. I want to get these SNES games off my fucking plate. So I played SMRPG with a friend 4 years ago. And I beat that with him backseating me. And Ian backseated me playing A Link to the Past. Great fucking game, by the way. Definitely like the best 2D one. But that game is a little bit of a confusion hell if you haven't played it
yeah,
before. And Link's Awakening is also pretty decent too, but it does not hold your hand. There are a lot of
yeah.
older games I would argue do not hold your hand, but they're also made at the time where the internet didn't exist and you were supposed to forward your information and what you learned to your friend group at school or at work or what have you, because this was the 90s and the 80s when these games came
Dude,
out. You were supposed to
that's how we
talk to
found
your friends
out.
about it.
That's how we found out about the Mew under the truck in Vermilion.
Oh. You should emulate the DS
Um,
version. Time to go find a ROM. I would DM me. I may have a source for that.
yeah, but I used to love these massive RPGs. I still enjoy my RPGs, and I'll try to play them when I can.
Well, you like Xenoblade, right? You and
I do.
you and Harrison
Here's
both
the
do.
problem. I never finished Xenoblade 3.
Really?
Because here's the problem for me. I'm the type of person I like to check like all the corners of the world.
That's fair.
And I like to do all the side quests. And then Xenoblade, you get to like chapter 5, and it's like it felt like a pretty linear game for the most part. Like
And
there
then it
was
just
like
opened up.
there was some branches, and then it's like massive fucking sea. You got like 30 islands you can go to with all
Bruh.
these side quests that'll take you all over. And I'm like, this is a lot. It's overwhelming. And then you
Yeah,
gotta go
no, I
check
get that.
the old areas. I got so overwhelmed. I'm like, I just gotta put this away. Which is why it's crazy because I just came off of a massive like month-long bender on Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, I've
God,
heard that game is
that
absolutely amazing.
dude, that game has ruined gaming for me now. I'm not gonna lie. Because
I
that
understand.
has set a new bar for me of like what a game should be. Like I bought the DLC they have, which is like some cosmetics, because in that game you can do pretty much whatever you can think of.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not a bard.
it's
I don't have
literally
proficiency in
D&D.
musics. I bought a game, or I bought the expansion to get extra bard songs because I'm not proficient, so I can annoy my friends by playing the new songs really shittily. I spent $10 just to do that, and I do not regret it. What's my feelings on roguelikes? I like roguelikes. I really do.
Roguelikes are decent.
I really enjoy them.
You either love them or you hate them. To me, like,
Yeah.
I can't play them by myself, but without getting bored after a little while, because they're definitely something I want to hang out with friends and just play with. It's very much I guess, a social kind of game, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but I like roguelikes. I really do.
Yeah.
I haven't played one in a while, but I should get into it.
Noida's pretty fun. That game I could actually enjoy playing by myself. It was pretty decent. There's just a lot of stupid shit in it that you can do, a lot of fuck around and find out kind of stuff, and that's why I liked it. Thank you, Ian, for gifting me that game, by the way. I still need to play that again. Crab Champions, I believe another friend of mine gifted that to me, and I played it a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago. That game was fun. It's pretty difficult. I don't know if it would be something I would play regularly, but it's enjoyable. Roguelikes mitigate the lack of free time issue. I could see that.
Yeah.
It's just the problem I have with roguelikes is because of their infinite replayability, there's no, well, story to it. And I like my more story-driven games sometimes.
Counterpoint. Have you played Hades?
No, but I've heard that's really good.
And I was about to say, I'm not hitting you with a D's nuts joke. Hades, phenomenal game.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. Did you hear about the sequel they're making?
Yeah, Hades 2. I hit someone with a terrible joke. The Spanish version is gonna be called Hey Dos. Yeah, but no, I'm so excited for Hades 2. Very excited for it. I love the first one. I played it a lot. I got really good at it. To the point that, like, my friends and I would sit down. I'm like, I'm gonna just go through the path. I'm gonna play the game as is, but then you guys tell me what options to pick, and they're just giving me the shittiest builds possible. And I'm still going through and clearing it. Like, that was a way for me to keep playing, because instead of being like, I have this path of what I want to take, and this is how I want to do my build, I would tell people, like, just pick my stuff for me.
Oh, here's another roguelike that I've heard a couple of you guys liked. Cult of the Lamb. That has a bunch of roguelike elements, as well as like a building element to it. But I heard that's a pretty solid game. How's it going, Harrison? I would say that's a pretty solid roguelike. I haven't played it, but I've seen plenty of gameplay to be like, if I had the time to, I would totally like indulge in it for like 20 hours or so.
I played it when it came out. I had a great time with it, but that was right when, like, I started doing a lot of personal stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to dig too deep in, so I kind of had to stop streaming for a bit. And it was great as a stream game because people, like, there was the integration.
It was very interactive, yeah.
Yeah. That, like, let people vote on how to proceed and let you join the cults as yourself. It was great. I had a good time. Like, you get to customize your characters and everything. I had a really good time with it. But it's hard for me to go back to right now.
That, and it's not really that popular of a game anymore, unfortunately. A lot of those games,
who cares?
Yeah, a lot of those games die pretty quick, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it was cool. I had a good time with it.
Yeah.
All right.
There was some other game I forgot to mention. I'll probably think about it in like an hour or so and go like, oh yeah, that game. No. But other than roguelikes, let's go back to RPGs. Have you ever played Undertale, Sean? I assume you have.
I have not.
You haven't? Okay, really good game. I would recommend
love the music.
The thing I love about it in particular is I hate long RPGs. I played Xenoblade 2 when it like December of 2017, like after Christmas. Got to like chapter 2 or right at the end of chapter 2, and chapter 3 opened up, and I'm like, I all of a sudden don't want to play this game anymore. It was too big. That's the problem with long RPGs for me. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake, I enjoyed watching people play it, but I fucking, like, I could never play the game because I would just get bored of it halfway through.
Xenoblade 2, it came at the perfect time for me because I was traveling full time out of college.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know much about me, My first job, I was like, I literally lived in a hotel for 15 months. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I lived in a hotel for 15 months.
And I could have stopped by and said hello, which is even funnier.
Well, I didn't know you at the time.
Well, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah. So I outright lived in a hotel. 2019, I had 330 days or 330 nights spent in a hotel. Like, I was on first name basis with all the staff. Like, I had my own like dedicated room where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna book this place for like a month, and they're like, yeah, sure. And I was living out of 2 boxes and 2 suitcases.
Damn. Shut up, Harrison. Fuck you.
And like, I didn't have I had my old shitty laptop from college that didn't play games well, and I didn't have any of my consoles. So I was out of the loop of gaming for like 15 months. And I'm like, I can't really travel well with a console. So I went my first weekend. I was in a hotel. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I jumped in my car, drove like 20 minutes away to Target. I bought myself a Switch and a couple of games.
Yeah.
And I ended up playing all of Xenoblade 2. And that Switch got me through 15 months of gaming.
I can definitely believe Xenoblade 2 is a great game. Like, especially the expansion I heard was also solid. It's just that, again, I can't play like 300-hour-long RPGs like Persona and what have you. Again, I've heard Persona's a great franchise. It's just Persona, I get so bored of it so fast.
Persona 5 is in like my top games of all time.
That's understandable. That's understandable.
I think Baldur's Gate 3 is officially taken over as my #1 story game.
Damn.
It's that big of a game.
Have you ever played Baldur's Gate 3? Unfortunately, no, but if someone were to gift me it, I would play it right away. Because I've heard it's pretty good, and it definitely seems like the kind of game that's... it's a D&D like, for God's sake. It's the kind of game that I would just fuck around and find out with, and I would enjoy it. It's definitely that kind of game.
It's so great because it's like, hey, you remember that random character you saved in like the first like 10 minutes? Well, guess what? They're back.
Yeah.
And like 50 hours later.
The time limits bug me in Persona. That I can get because it is a school RPG, right?
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with like Majora's Mask. I, as a Zelda fan, hate that game. Mainly because it crashed on me one too many times. But I just hate the time constraint. It's annoying.
All right, Jason,
I find it a dumb mechanic.
Jason, you ready to fucking get into it? You're asking me about 1,000 Year Door beforehand?
Oh,
we're on topic
let's get into it.
Hang on, before we get to that, we're on topic of Persona. Persona 3, they're remaking it, and they're like rebuilding it completely in the engine that Persona 5 was in, and completely like refreshing the game.
Oh shit.
And like, I'm so excited for it because I never got the chance to play Persona 3. They have like a version on Steam right now, but it's still like the older version.
Yeah, P3P,
that was
right?
like a direct port. Yes. There's a direct port, which is like, whatever. But they're completely remaking the game in like the brand new engine and like making it modern. And I'm so excited for it because I never played the original. And I definitely plan on playing that when it comes out in like February. Not gonna stream it. And I'm not streaming it, but I'm
so excited. How was 4 Golden, by the way? Was 4 Golden pretty good?
I never finished it. Oh. I was enjoying it. But age was definitely showing.
So, do you know who the final boss of 2 is?
2? No, I got no clue.
Would you believe me if I told you Adolf Hitler is literally the final boss of Persona 2?
There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Who is the final boss of Persona 2? Look it up. I'm not making this shit up. People shock me. People get shocked every time I mention that. Hitler is literally the final boss of 2. He is literally called the Führer.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, that's the German version. The German version, he has sunglasses. All the other versions, he's not wearing sunglasses. I can't make this shit up.
He returns to the modern day through the power of the rumors in Persona 2. And while being controlled by the demon, Nyarlathotep, he was initially known as Hitler in the PS1 version of the game, but was changed to be known as the Führer in the PSP remake. Players must take him down in battle to reach the game's ending. There's no fucking way, dude.
I told you. I can't make that shit up. He is literally the final boss.
I don't know why he was such a popular enemy in games and
because he was so easy to easy to hate, dude.
You know what's even funnier? Hitler shows up as an enemy in one of the Dragon Ball movies. So you got the children like Goten and Trunks fighting Hitler. I am not kidding. It's a whole side battle where he revives like an army of like all the old villains that like were dead. So it's them fighting Hitler as a subplot in this movie. I am not kidding on that.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I'm super
The
excited.
Japanese
for the
love
3
to make
remake.
fun of Nazis and Hitler. Understandable, because they were originally on his side, and then they attacked America and realized, oh fuck, we should have woken the sleeping
We
giant.
fuck around and find out.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck around and find out, and fuck around they did, and found out they did.
But yeah,
He should have had sunglasses in all versions. That would have been so fucking funny. So the reason they had sunglasses in a German version is because in Germany, up until like 2018, you could not mention any Nazi memorabilia. In fact, owning any was like straight up illegal and would get you jailed. But basically anything referencing Hitler, like swastikas were banned in the country, you had to change it to a different symbol, and anything that looked like Hitler had to have some sort of distinct feature to make it not look like Hitler. In case of the Führer in Persona 2, he wore sunglasses. It was very odd how they were worried about that.
Wasn't he in Wolfenstein, like the newer one?
Oh, he was
they,
he was the
got
final
rid of the
boss in the
mustache?
original.
Yeah.
And he was in New Colossus as well. You could actually get an achievement for killing him, called Kick It, where you kicked his face and it basically like broke his neck. And it was called the Kick It achievement. Thank you for
Anyway, I
want
to swap off the topic of Hitler in video games. Going back to remakes, man, because I wanted to use Persona 3 as a segue to go talk Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Because like I'm so excited for Persona 3. Paper Mario, I'm very cautious on right now, and I know people might be upset when I say that. I'm very cautious on Paper Mario at the moment. If they like bring it back, bring some like quality of life updates,
It'll be
like,
perfect.
Yeah, I would love it. Like update the graphics to be more modern. And
it needs to have QLL shit though, because like the HD textures and the HD lighting is great. That's fine. Go ahead and do it. It's worth it. But they need to give it the Ocarina of Time treatment. If you've played Ocarina of Time on the N64, you know it is quite literally aged horribly. I'm gonna just say it like that. Most N64 games have aged horribly. That's being kind, okay? But Ocarina of Time 3D, I heard, was a great fix. It fixed a lot of stuff. I heard Majora's 3D was kind of bad and it made more problems than it did fix. But Ocarina of Time 3D fixed a bunch of problems. It improved the visuals greatly, and it just overall was a great remake of, you know, the best rated game on Metacritic. That being said, I just hope to God that happens to my favorite game of all time. Because I will admit, TTYD is my favorite game ever made, but there's a lot of backtracking, especially in chapters 4, 5, and 7. In the beginning of 7, there's this one part where you have to basically go around to all the environments to find this one character who just ends up being where he was when you were trying to find him. So it's basically a giant fucking circle jerk, I guess, and I hate that. 5, there's a lot of back and forth in the beginning of the chapter. 4, there's a lot of back and forth at the end of the chapter. There's just a lot of dumb stuff like that angers me, and definitely wouldn't make it a 10 out of 10 for a lot of people. But if you were to fix a lot of that and keep the combat more or less the same, because the combat in that game is absolutely fluid and amazing, and just overall, it's probably one of the most perfect combat systems of any game I've ever played.
Bro.
If they kept that the same and just fixed the, you know, gameplay on the field, it would be damn near perfect.
Dude, okay, when did Thousand Year Door originally come out?
04.
04. I played that game. That came out, I was in 3rd grade when that came out.
I didn't play that game until I was like 15.
So I played it in elementary school. No, that's the last time I played it. So I don't have a lot of those like memories of it.
Yeah.
Like I had a good time with it. I really enjoyed it. I would love to play it again, but I haven't played it since elementary school.
Gotcha.
So
I'm
excited
so
to
many
see it come
plot
back.
twists. It's
If it's literally just a direct port, then it's gonna be like, oh.
I'm gonna be upset about that if it's a direct port, because there's a lot of shit they could fix. especially in, again, 4, 5, and 7. 3 has a couple things that it could fix. There already was a purple toad in the Chapter 3 area on the trailer that was confirmed. And that's a new character we haven't seen before. And he looked unique, like he had a little hat on him and everything. So we have new characters to the remake. So I'm thinking this is not a straight up port. I'm thinking this is a remake, not a remaster. Which makes me excited because I want to see a proper remake. Again, I want to see the Ocarina of Time 3D treatment to this game. Because by God, does it deserve it.
Yeah, dude. I was excited. I'm excited for it. But I am cautiously optimistic is probably the best way I could describe it.
No, my thoughts
Cautiously
precisely.
optimistic.
My thoughts precisely.
But dude, I'm not gonna lie though. My inner child kind of freaked out when I saw Rockhawk pop up. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. Dude, as soon as I saw the book appear, I was just like,
yeah,
it was like I won the lottery or something. It was like all the stars fucking aligned somehow, and like,
dude,
it felt like a mindfuck. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it.
I didn't watch the direct, and I was scrolling through YouTube because like I'll watch stuff or I'll have stuff in the background when I'm working.
Yeah,
like get some background noise. And all of a sudden, all the videos from Nintendo pops up, and I saw 1,000-Year Door. I'm like, no shit. So I watched the trailer, got excited for it, and my immediate reaction was like, oh god, I gotta go see J6 reaction. My ears, it was ringing, dude. Loud as hell, dude.
No, I couldn't believe it.
So loud.
New mic moment for me. Hi, thank you, CJ, for a sub, and congrats on a new mic, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm not full blown like fuck yeah, Paper Mario.
But I'm also like, oh shit, I hope they don't fuck this up. This is their one shot. They got their one shot on this.
Because dude, as a Pokemon fan, with those remakes, they did great with like Fire Red Leaf Green when I was a kid. Heart Gold Soul Silver, phenomenal. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were really good games. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, we don't talk about those.
They just degraded over time.
Yeah.
Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, literally they came boxed with like shitty music. They didn't even come with like actual like music that they were going to put in. So. They put that in an update. And not only that, they added the multiplayer mechanics in an update.
Yeah.
And mind you this, Sean, this is what I hate about Pokemon in general. You could edit a 4-byte string. 4 bytes. Do you know how little that is? A 4-byte string could convert your Pearl game to Diamond. A 4-byte string.
Yeah. I hate how they have the split games at this point.
Like, why are people paying $120 for 2 copies of the same game?
I don't know, man.
What is wrong with you people?
But yeah, with the remakes though, the recent one was very disappointing. So just not happy about that, which concerns me because that means they're on track now where the next one is Generation 5 with Pokemon Black and White. That's my favorite generation. Those are my favorite games out of the whole series.
I've heard the DS and GBA were like the peak.
Yeah, those ones in general are my favorite out of all of them. Like I will argue for those as like top games out of the entire series. And those remakes are coming, and seeing how they treated the Generation 4 ones, Diamond and Pearl, I am not excited.
Well, TPC didn't even make it. Was it Namco that made it? Was it Namco?
It got outsourced somewhere. I don't remember.
It got outsourced somewhere, but whoever outsourced it did a fucking awful job.
Studio did.
But the problem with TPC in general, they keep pushing Game Freak. Game Freak was a company that originally was a magazine reviewer. They reviewed games and published it onto a Japanese magazine, and they don't know how to dev for shit. They're people, like literally there are reviews for the company, like employees reviewing the like Game Freak as a company, and they're like, it's cool that you get to rep Pokemon, but it sucks because they grind you to death. Like they literally are on the grind, on the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. Why would you want to work at a company that basically grinds you the whole entire time you're there? That's fucked up. That's almost as bad as Bethesda in some ways. And it just goes to show the quality of their games. They're very unoptimized. They're buggy as fuck, right, Sean? And they just crash out of the blue.
But dude, I don't even want to dig into like work conditions.
ILCA.
I know,
They
like,
also made the Miku Dominoes app.
okay,
Okay.
yeah. I love how that's the number one.
I love how
thing
that's the one
like,
fact Meg knew. Fucking Miku.
He's like, dude, a while back, Naughty Dog made The Last of Us, and Last of Us 2 won all these awards. And
Which
people are
they
like,
paid
do they
for.
really deserve all this recognition when they're
No.
like working
No.
their employees like crazy? But I don't want to dig into that. That's a whole different topic for
Yeah.
debate, and I don't want to dig into that too much.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, with remakes, man,
Remakes
I feel like,
are a damned if you do, damned if you don't. They either are really good or they're really bad.
yeah, I feel like it's a way to get money off of nostalgia.
Yeah,
like,
no, it is. It is.
They have a place in gaming.
Yeah.
If they can do it right, then perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This has to be a remake, not a remaster. If it's a remaster / port, it's not a port, but it looks like it's just going to be a remaster to some, but to me, I see new characters, which to me implies remake. And remake is worth the money. Remaster is not. Port is definitely not.
Watching that trailer, it's just remastered me because I don't know enough to notice those little differences that you notice.
Love the game, not the maker. I mean, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Like I hate how Pokemon keeps being treated like dog shit, and I hate that the fans will just buy any game that they see because it has Pokemon slapped onto it. You shouldn't just buy a game because it says Pokemon on it. Like, I'm sorry, like, I hate when people blindly do that, and then they're like, wow, this game sucks. Maybe you should have looked at the reviews! It's like, goddamn.
I'm gonna play them. Like I said, that game has a very special place in my heart.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So play them because I played every single one since I was like a little tiny child.
Unless it's a new gen or a Gen 5 remake, I'm good, says Cole. Well, I guess you're in the same boat as Sean right here.
Dude, like, yeah, I didn't buy everything. Like, Pokemon Let's Go, like, Pikachu and Eevee. Only reason I got it is because, like, it ended up on sale for, like, $20. And, like, I was living in the hotels at the time, so I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll buy it. I didn't drop $60 on that game. No way in hell.
Yeah.
I'm not playing Gen 1
that just looks like a casual,
time.
like, Kanto remake number 6.
Yeah, exactly.
I picked it up. They have fucked that grave over repeatedly, Kanto.
Yeah,
they've absolutely like ruined that thing.
Absolutely. But yeah, all right.
Sean, I have every single Pokemon game from Gen 1 to 7 on my singular 3DS. That's a smart move, honestly. That's a
wild.
Power move.
My 3DS got stolen out of a hotel.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me that. That sucks.
Yeah.
I can't be the only one, though. Where the fuck is my Gen 5 remake boat? No, Sean's in the same boat as you.
I'm there, but I'm cautious.
Yeah, he's scared about it. As am I with this TTOID remake. I am excited, but I'm also scared shitless because I don't want them to fucking ruin it.
Yeah. All right. You want to move on to a different topic? Anyone got any other questions on gaming before we do that?
There was a question that I saw.
I literally threw like 10 topics like J6 to talk about. We've talked about like 2.
Was that how was Tears of the Kingdom? Never seen the game because I don't want spoilers. Okay, spoiler free for you. Think of Breath of the Wild, but maybe progress like 20 years and a couple things happen. I won't say exactly what happens, but it's decent. The story's great. I won't give any plot points because I don't want to ruin the plot points because, again, great story. There's a lot of interesting things that if you can put 2 and 2 together will make sense to you. Like, damn, I was actually right about this. Overall, though, I still gripe about it being more or less the same map on the basic level. But, of course, you have the Sky Islands and you have the deaths. Again, I don't want to tell too much about the deaths because there's a lot of cool stuff down there. But a lot of it's just open void, or not void, but just open area, and that kind of annoys me. Definitely there's a lot of exploration syndrome to Tears of the Kingdom, as did Breath of the Wild, albeit it's quelled a lot more than it was in Breath of the Wild.
I'll tell you, as someone that's not a Legend of Zelda fangirl like Jasek,
shut up.
I never finished Breath of the Wild. Am I wrong?
Shut up.
I never finished Breath of the Wild. I finished Tears of the Kingdom. I did fully play that. I had a good time.
How come you didn't finish Breath of the Wild? I'm curious.
Fucking weapon durability, dude.
That alone ruined
the experience to me.
I get
that alone ruined the whole experience.
That's why there's mods that increase the multiplier for it, and I play with like double durability.
I don't want to use mods as an excuse for why the game can be better.
Oh no,
because,
no, I get it. No, I get that. Using mods to fix a game, like, basically means that the game is flawed as itself, and needing to have mods to fix it is kind of dumb. I do get that, and I agree with that point.
But yeah, if you use the argument of like you can use mods to fix the weapon durability, that's not good enough for me.
No, it's not. It's not a good argument. I'll agree.
Why the fuck can I get a master sword and it breaks like 5 minutes into using it?
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
So like that ruined the whole experience to me. And I never finished it. I did finish Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think I'm ever going to go back and 100% that game.
No, I'm not going to 100% Tears of the Kingdom either. I'll maybe play a couple things in it. Or maybe go back and like, you know, do a couple of the milestones on it. Other than that, I'm like the next time I like full on play it is going to be a new playthrough, and it's going to be like, you know, 3 or 4 years from now. That game is still fresh in my head. I'm not going to play it again because I've done it with Breath of the Wilds. I've probably done like maybe 6 playthroughs of that, and 4 of those are like full way through, and I'm kind of just like, yeah, I think I'm just going to let that sit on the back seat for like, you know, 5 or 6 years before I play it again. Cause I need to give it that time. I need to give it that time.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not a game you should play like every like 2 years or so, cause you will eventually get burned out of it. And I don't know how I'm going to be able to play Breath of the Wild again after all the QLL shit that's in Tears of the Kingdom. There's a lot of stuff they fix in Tears of the Kingdom.
Dude, and building stuff was so much fun.
Oh, building stuff is super fun. Think of Breath of the Wild meets Gmod. That's what Tears of the Kingdom is, essentially. And I love that aspect of it. There's just so much stupid shit. Like, that's just how it is. It's just a lot of stupid shit TM that you can do in Tears of the Kingdom. And I love it for that.
Mm-hmm. All right, should we go to a different topic?
Yeah, should we talk about travel, since I know you are very well versed with that?
Dude, let's talk live, Jasek. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
I saw Jasek in person last weekend.
Yeah.
We didn't get much of a chance to
sit down and talk. He stole my phone and took a picture of himself with it.
Dude, I was very drunk then.
Oh yeah, dude, you had like what, 13 drinks? I had 4. Not even.
I
4.
lost count. I lost count after 13.
Oh god.
I don't know what the final number was.
Dude, I had 3, and I was like sipping my 4th, like very casually. I'm like, how are you, Jasek? Hi.
But dude, yeah, so I didn't get much chance to actually see Jasek, because like the day he showed up in town, like I was like, yeah, we're like in Cleveland, we're like at a rehearsal dinner, like we can't hang out tonight, like there's a ton of stuff going on, like we have like we have the rehearsal, we have to like go through the whole ceremony, get that practice, figure out what's going on, the steps. Then we had to like go out to Cleveland for the rehearsal dinner to like just have a chance to sit down with the families. Yeah. So we didn't get a chance to hang out. The next day, I was like just full wedding mode, because like I was best man for that wedding.
Yeah. And you did a great fucking job at that, especially the zero gravity joke. We won't mention that on stream unless you want to.
No. Would you believe me if I said I was like 7 or 8 drinks in for that speech? But yeah, I was like very caught up with like just being responsible for like wedding stuff.
Yeah.
And I had a great time. I'm super grateful to Harrison to let me be a part of that.
And I'm super thankful that he invited me. Like, seriously, like I was not expecting that. Like, I'm like, dude, you've only known me for like 3 years. I don't deserve this, but I appreciate it.
I'm a guy you met through the internet.
Yeah, you met me through the internet. It felt awkward, like just telling family and friends that I'm like, yeah, I met him through the internet. It's just like,
dude, I'm glad you had a good time. Harrison put Jasek with all of his high school friends.
So I got to rekindle, or I got to make friends with a couple of them. Oh, Harrison, I don't know if you're in chat, but I met your one friend that made the nodding llama head. He still hasn't, like, he was gonna get me the actual model for it, and so I could 3D print it for you. Spoiler alert, that's what I was gonna do for you, but yeah, I was gonna do that. Jasek mean with his internet girlfriend be like, shut the fuck up, shut up.
But yeah, we had a great time. I wish we got to spend more time together that day, dude, because I was out just socializing.
No, I get it, dude. I get it too.
I at least sat down with Jasek and had a hurricane with him.
Yeah, exactly. We had a couple cocktail, or he had a cocktail together.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. That was good. But yeah, I was also that morning. I drove to Cleveland, and in fact, you guys will see a time lapse of me driving like 20 hours. You'll see that uploaded on YouTube, maybe next month, early next month. Obviously, any of the like locations of like friends and family that I visited will be cut for obvious reasons because I don't need you guys knowing that shit. But like me driving on the 401 in Canada will be recorded and stuff like that. So if you guys like watching driving time lapses, cool. That will be uploaded soon. But I what was that? Was that Saturday when they got? No, that was Friday when they got married.
No, they got married Saturday.
Oh, they got married Saturday. Well, that morning I was just like, okay, fuck it, I'm here. Let's go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All right, you're gonna go lurking. All right, thank you, Hunter. But I was like, fuck it, let's go up to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A bunch of my family members would love to see pictures there, and I had tickets already that I ordered like a month ago. And I enjoyed it. It was a great experience, but all of a sudden I get a text from Harrison like, we're having lunch in Akron at like noon or 1 or so, and I'm like, fuck, it's like 10:30. I'm like half an hour away. I'm like, fuck, I gotta speedrun this shit.
Man, you didn't have to come down, dude. You could have enjoyed that museum.
Yeah, that's well. I wanted to show up to be like a good guy. He invited me. Damn it, I'm gonna show up.
Yeah, no, that museum is really really.
Oh
cool,
my god, yes, it's beautiful.
I don't know how much of it you get to like actually experience.
I got to experience like probably 70% of it in the time I was there. Obviously, I sped around a couple parts because it was just like here's the thing you can take a picture of. Here's the thing you can take a picture of.
Yeah.
But there were some interactive exhibits that I had to like skip, unfortunately. But those seemed pretty fun. There was also a hip hop exhibit there, and I'm not a huge hip hop guy. There are a couple bands I listen to that are hip hop, but there are a couple of those that I was just like, I'll skip through those.
Dude, what's really cool is they have a theater in there where you go in.
Yeah, I saw about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you go in and like they have effectively a whole stage show set up.
They had a Duran thing actually for that there while I was
there.
Yeah, Duran.
Gotcha. That's awesome. But yeah, they would show like performances from past like inductions, I think, or like just from concerts of like bands that were inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And then they'd have like get like haze going in there. They have like stage lighting, lasers, and going while you're in there.
Nice.
Incredible experience.
Duran, not Durant. Silly.
No, I heard Durant.
Shut up. Shut up.
But yeah, no, it's an awesome museum. Definitely gotta check it out again at some time because it's cool because they'll like swap exhibits out.
Oh my god, yeah, no, it's great. While I was there, Sean, Pink Floyd, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the best bands ever. They actually had The Wall, like from their album, and they had like the giant creepy monster like crawling over it. They had that exhibit up on the 4th floor or so, and that was really cool to like take a picture of. But yeah, I love Pink Floyd. They're a great band.
Yeah, you got The Wall.
Yep. Hey, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, they had that like the creepy monster with like the glowing eyes, like just lurching over it. It was a really cool exhibit. A lot of and in fact, while I was at the exhibit, I shit you not, I met this couple from Baltimore. So I met a local, like 2 local peeps while I was, like 400 miles away casually. Yeah, it's just wow. I was mind blown by that.
But yeah, dude. So what spurred you wanting to go to like Canada?
So that? I was like, okay, I have a friend in Toledo. In the Toledo region. I won't say exactly where she is. But I was like, okay, I'll ask her if I can stay at her house for the night. And she said yes. So I was like, cool, I get to hang out with a nerd friend. And we get to talk about nerd shit. So I was like, okay, sign me up. So I hung out with at her house, but like this is like a month in advance while I was planning this. So I'm like, okay, if she says yes, that's Toledo. I am a straight shot hour away from Canada. I wanted to see the CN Tower sometime, and I'm not too fond with going to a foreign country because I'm scared shitless about that, but I was like, okay, let me look up hotels in Toronto and that surrounding region. I found a $35 hotel after taxes and fees. So I'm like, okay, there's no reason for me not to go.
Bro, that sounds so fucking sketchy.
I'm like not even joking. I was on booking.com and I'm like, Niagara hotels, $21 for a hotel. After fees, it was $35, but I was like, $21. I'm like, what? No, this can't be good. This is too good to be true.
Unreal.
And the reviews were like, yeah, it's lacking a lot of basic stuff, but it was like under new management, yada yada, old hotel from like the 80s. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna crash here for a night.
Beds. The only warmth I get is from cuddling with the bed bugs.
No, but like there are no bugs there or anything. It was like
Really?
it basically, imagine you just went to a motel in 1982. That's exactly what it looked like.
Jesus.
That's what it looked like. And it was actually like, if you're just going to crash here for the night, if you're just a simple man like me who just wants to crash at night, wake up and drive away, that's what it was good for. For like $35, you couldn't go wrong.
No,
So I just decided,
nice.
I decided, fuck it, ordering that. And I was like, okay, let's go to the CN Tower. Let me invite my friend Ryan. He's a guy that lives in Toronto, so he was basically my guide there for the day. And I basically just got to hang out with this dude that I've known for like a year and a half on the internet. Top Thrill Ryan 150. You probably know him, maybe not. He might be lurking actually. Let me actually check. No, he's not lurking, unfortunately.
No, we don't call out the lurkers. Don't do it.
No. No, but he
Lurkers,
watches me occasionally, and he plays Mario Party a lot too with me occasionally. But he's a great guy. Really fun to hang out with. We got some food together. We hung out like 1,000 feet in the air. We went to the Sky Pod, which is like, if you ever looked at the CN Tower, there's like this giant ring that you can walk in. And then there's like a small little bulb just above that, like 300 feet higher than that. And we went up to that, and that was a fucking acid trip. Like, I'm telling you, it feels like you're some sort of god, like standing, 1,300 feet above a city. It just feels weird. Is that the Rosalina Addict? Yes, that's the Rosalina Addict. That's Ryan. But I got to hang out with him. I bought some maple syrup there. I actually used it today and had some pancakes with the syrup. God damn, they make good syrup. Like, I hate corn syrup that we use for pancake syrup. That shit's disgusting. But no, that was super fun going there. The drive was a bit of a slog because 401 is just this massive straight line from Windsor to Toronto. But I stopped halfway at a place called Woodstock and had some poutine there. Fucking fire. If you ever go to Woodstock, I know this is probably like way out of the way for some people, but there's a place called Fritzy's and they have some good fucking poutine. Like, they give for like, $10, they give you probably a dish this big of poutine. Really fucking good. Have you ever had poutine, Sean?
I have. It's very good.
I know, right?
No, I've never had it like in Canada, but
This is like genuine fucking poutine.
Yeah.
Like Quebec cheese curds, beef gravy, and like locally made fries. Super, super good stuff. Super good stuff. I would highly recommend you have it. Unless you're allergic to like dairy, it's great. It's super good. I never expected to like beef gravy. Never expected to, but I did. And I love this stuff. I had it there, and then I had it at a place called Potato Heads in Niagara, which is this food truck that they just have set up. It's a non-mobile food truck that they just have set up on the road there, on Lundy's Lane. And god damn, that was some good poutine there too.
Dude, on the topic of travel, because this goes hand in hand, you're talking about food as well.
Yeah.
Man, I used to be like so fucking uncultured when it comes to like food and what I would eat. Because like when I went to college, man, my parents were like, "How is he going to survive? All he eats is like chicken nuggets, macaroni and cheese."
Dude, that's literally me.
Yeah. Dude, I had to like teach you ketchup and eggs go really well together.
Yeah, you taught me that, and I thank you for that greatly, because goddamn, that was good.
Yeah. If you guys have never tried that, which I feel like that should be something that's like common sense to me, because that's how I've always done it.
Yeah.
But dude, I used to be like such a picky eater.
Dude, I was too. As a kid, I used to be a picky eater all the time.
Dude, pretty much you still.
Oh my god, yes, Sean, thank you. You cultured this bitch.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Guys, Jasek got this sandwich last weekend, and he's like, I don't know what this aioli is, but I'm gonna leave it on here. I'm gonna try it. And
Was not a fan of it. It's like mayo with like spicy shit in it, and I was like, I had to like exhale rapidly to get rid of the spice. And dude, you laughed at me the whole fucking time.
Aioli is not like just spicy. There's like garlic aioli. There's like different types of it. But what Jason had specifically was chipotle aioli.
That shit was nasty.
Oh no, fuck you. Jason would take a bite of his sandwich and then sit there.
Yeah, exactly. But no, the chicken they had there was really good. That was like some really good chicken sandwich, dude.
There was one other dude.
I'm right, Meg. Shut up.
Yeah, this was the first time we'd ever met Jason. He goes, "That's spicy for you?" He goes, "Yeah." It's like, this is really spicy, and I'm like, bro, at least like you don't find ketchup spicy. If you found ketchup spicy, I don't think we could be friends.
Ketchup has a good like taste to it, especially like good shit, not Heinz, but like like the stuff with like really high vinegar content. That stuff's really good. Like,
but dude,
it gives it a good kick. Vinegar isn't spicy; it has a like an acidic kick to it.
But the fact that every time you took a bite, it was just like bite. That was
I just feel like
meal. Oh my god, man. But yeah, I used to be like so uncultured when it comes to food, and then like I go away for 4 years, I come back home, and like I'm introducing stuff to my parents now because like
oh my god,
that, like
nice.
Just Asian food, like Japanese, Chinese, Thai.
I've never been a fan of Asian food in general, mainly because it's a lot of seafood.
I love it.
It's a lot of seafood, and I'm just not a huge fan of seafood.
Well, like you can get away with like not doing seafood. You got like your beef,
wontons. Have you had wontons?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, chicken wontons. I go to this Thai place downtown where I live. Oh my god, their chicken wontons are so fucking good. And they put like they put some sort of like sweet sauce. I think it's like literally strawberry sauce or something like that they pour on it. And it's really good.
Yeah. But that's definitely my like favorite type of food now. And like I would never try any of that before. And I come home and like I'm out going to get lunch with my mom. And
Indian food,
like,
my beloved. I'm not a fan of Indian
food, man. I love it. I was saying to my mom, like, hey, like, there's a ramen place. She goes, I'm not spending that much money for a fancy bowl of soup. I'm like, Mom, I say this with all the love in my heart. Shut the fuck up. We're gonna go get ramen. And she just goes, oh, okay. And we go, and she
Mom,
loves it
shut
so
the fuck
much.
up. We're going.
I said that's my own mom. I'm not making that up. I'm like, Mom, shut the fuck up. We're going to get ramen. And I take her, and she's like, this is incredible. To the point that like she takes my sister and my dad, who is like, he's just like, everything has to be American food. Give me my burgers, give me barbecue. he hates like anything that's not like American. He loved it because like they ended up getting like the like Korean wings or something. It was some type of wing that they bought at this like restaurant, and they loved it. My dad was like, we got to go back there. I introduced my parents to Indian food recently, and I'm like, we're gonna just go super simple. I got them like buttered chicken, got them some naan. I bought myself a chicken biryani so they could try it. And they open it, they smell it, they go, I don't like the smell of it. There's a lot of spice. I'm like, yeah, no shit, just try it. And like my dad takes the naan bread, dips it in the butter chicken curry, and takes a bite, and he looks at me. He picks the whole thing up and just starts drinking it from the container. He's like, there's so much flavor in this.
Oh my god,
dude, it's unreal. So I'm trying to get my parents to try new things now. I used to be like, no, I don't want anything new. I want what I know. And now I'm the one getting my family to try all this new stuff that they've never had, and they love it. It's crazy to think about, but I want to have gotten like as into food as I am now, if I like never had the chance to travel so much.
Yeah,
because like when I was living out of the hotels, my food was paid for 15 months.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, they said you get $50 a day, like use it or lose it. So it's like if I spent $20, it's not like I get 30.
Yeah, you don't get the 30 extra. You actually want to like go balling.
Yeah, so it's like use it or lose it. And like I didn't have a kitchen in my hotel.
So you had to DoorDash
so-
everything.
Well, yeah, it was like actually no, I wasn't allowed to get delivery. They're like, yeah, for whatever reason, the finance team
Wow.
was like, they're like, there's delivery fees on there, and it's not going towards like your food, so we can't do that. So they outright cool. What didn't help is one group of people that was like associated with my group. It wasn't my team, but a team associated with it was fully
they
abusing
abused it.
to the point because they were in a similar situation where they were in hotels, everything was paid for, and they got to the point where like they got so lazy that they were delivering food from across the street.
Wow.
So the
Okay,
company was
that's
like,
dumb.
nope, get rid of that. You guys have to like go out to eat
That
or like go pick
sucks,
up food.
but
So
understandable.
I had to go out to eat for every meal for 15 months. Which was insane. I lived off of like fast food and restaurant food for 15 months.
I would go
But
insane. And this is coming from a guy that goes to a place called Sheets every like other week to get some like fried foods.
Dude, because you know what town I lived in
yeah, I know exactly what town you lived in because I pass it all the time going to Pittsburgh.
Shit there, dude.
Yeah.
What was funny? The average age of like that town I lived in was probably like 55.
Yeah, no, that's the Rust Belt, dude. A lot of old people live there.
Yeah. I would get off work at like 5 p.m. I'm like, I'm gonna go to like the local diner. I'm the only one there that's like under the age of 50, and it's like 5 p.m. and I'm there. I'm getting myself some pancakes. Like I'm just like I'm doing pancakes for dinner. I don't know. There's like one Japanese restaurant that had like okay food. There was a French restaurant for whatever reason, and that was like pretty decent. And then a lot of fast food and like a sports bar or like 2 sports bars.
Well, that's what we had.
There was
Pennsylvania.
There was a Subway, and there was a Subway. Like it was to the point I was going to Subway like 3 or 4 times a week.
Oh,
Because that was my best option of food. Where I'm like, I don't want to get fast food right now, and I don't want to go sit in a restaurant for an hour.
yeah.
So I'm like, I'd go into the Subway. That was my best food I had available to me.
Dude, that's disgusting.
Because it was that, or like occasionally I'd go drive 20 minutes one way to get to like the next city. And get like actually
is it
food.
west? Was it west? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I know exactly what city you're talking about.
Yeah,
then.
you know exactly which one.
Yeah.
I'll just type it in our chat.
Yeah, hold on. Does it start with the or does it end with the letter E?
No, maybe probably not. I just sent it to you in chat.
Okay, I can't really check right now, but
Discord starts with a G.
Oh, then I know exactly which one. Then yeah.
Yeah. But I lived off of like Subway and fast food. Like I was going to like my options were like McDonald's, KFC, I think.
Ooh.
Oh god, this was like 4 years ago. Oh god, what else?
Did you ever go to a Sheets by chance? Because I know there's a bunch up there.
No, there weren't really any close to where I was at.
Dude, have you ever tried their like fried mac and cheese bites?
Yeah,
oh my god, they are so good.
What you were gonna say, dude?
They are so good, dude. And their fried Wisconsin cheese curds are so good too. Dude, my god.
I went to a Penguins game, and of course, like my friends and I were there drinking.
Yeah.
On the way back, the DD stopped by Sheets for us, dude. Those mac and cheese bites. Oh my
god, they are so good, dude. They are so
incredible.
Fucking good.
But yeah, so I like didn't really get much variety where I was at. When I was in Ohio, there was actually a lot more variety out there. Funnily enough.
Oh yeah, no.
I lived on the same street as a steakhouse, so it was like it wasn't great. They had something that I called the Neapolitan steak, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing because they somehow would completely fuck up the cook. Whereas always like if you order medium, you're getting like medium rare. If you get medium rare, you're getting
so
rare.
You had to offset it, yeah.
I got one once that I called the Neapolitan where it was like well done, medium rare.
Yeah, oh, that's bad.
It was terrible. It was awful steak. But all my food was paid for, so I'd get steak like once a week. There was a bocce place. I went through a phase where I had a bocce 3 days in a row, and not like where I just get the food. Like I had the full sit down experience at the table and everything.
Okay, now that's fancy.
Yeah, it was great. I did that 3 nights in a row.
There was a place local to me, like just off what we call the Golden Mile. There's a place called Miyako, which is a Japanese restaurant. They literally will like, ignite a fire like literally 2 feet in front of you and like cook sushi and shit right in front of you. And that is super cool place. Again, not a Japanese food kind of guy. Whenever I went there, I had rice and chicken. Look, I'm sorry. Those are like 2 staple foods for me. That's like Asian to me, all right? That's the Asian food I'll eat.
Well, it's crazy to think of even the difference, because when I was in Cleveland just last week, I went to like a small, like kind of a hole in the wall place that like did hibachi style where they'll cook right there in front of you. And I got like a whole plate with like a giant amount of rice, a ton of chicken, like $10. And then
wow, that's cheap.
And then someone recommended me this sushi place. Like, yeah, we can get this special. And it was like 4 pieces of like fish that were probably like this long. And it was just like 4 like raw pieces of fish that had like a coating and like a little bit of like sauce on it. Guess how much they charged me for it?
30.
It's $25. It came out to 30 after everything was said and done. It was like 4 pieces of fish, and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
That's extra as fuck. No. Now,
But,
Sean, since we're talking about Ohio now, Swenson's. What are your thoughts on Swenson's?
I think it's okay.
Really? I love it. I think their food's like a better Sonic. Sonic completely is outclassed by them in almost every way.
Sonic's food is not great, not gonna lie.
Sonic's food is dog shit. Their shakes though are pretty good.
Yeah.
Now Swenson's shakes, I didn't have one while I was there in like during when I was in Akron, but their shakes are pretty decent. When I was with you guys in Cleveland.
Yeah. I go to Sonic for the drinks and ice cream. The food is not great.
Yeah. Well, anytime I go to get food, and I'm in a part of town, I'll go like, okay, there's a Sonic nearby. Let me go to the Roy Rogers, which is a local chain based in my hometown, but they've also expanded, south and close to DC. But I'll go there for food. They're slightly more expensive than Chick-fil-A, but if I go there and then I go to the Sonic to get a hot fudge shake, that's what I'll do. It's between that, Sheetz, or Chick-fil-A for me. Those are like my 3 places to go for food.
Dude, Celsius out here going crazy for
Culver's
right
is
now.
Everything. Well, dude,
Culver's is great.
Bring Culver's to Maryland and I'll go to one.
Yeah.
Fuck you. They don't have me here.
I actually have one like relatively close to me. Hang on, where's the closest one?
That's the one place I didn't go to while I was in Ohio, Culver's. I didn't go to Culver's.
I have one 12 minutes from me. Very good.
Lucky
Very good
you.
fast food.
Lucky you.
No, Culver's is fantastic.
Yeah, Culver's is rock solid. I'll give you guys that. You Wisconsinites made a good food chain. If you ever come to Frederick or DC, go to a place called Roy Rogers. They're a really good fast food chain. I like them, but I'm biased. They have good burgers. They have good chicken. They have a lot of good chicken. Their shakes are okay though. I think Eddie's makes them. It's Hershey's. Hershey's makes them. But if you want a good milkshake, you can go elsewhere. Personally.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Swenson's, I thought it was okay. Liv and Anna were like ready to kill me when I said it's not the best food I've ever had.
Dude, Liv recommended me, and I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm in Akron. Let me text Liv and go like, hey, I remember you recommending me Swenson's, so I went there. I got the triple cheeseburger, because they give you these really thin patties of meat on the burger, but then they put cheese between each patty. And it marinates with the flavors so well. Like, it melds with it so well. They did a great fucking job on that burger.
Hard part for me, though, when it comes to, like, burgers, like, I grew up in Texas. Like,
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
X number of time from, like, where pretty much all the beef for North Texas is, like, from. So...
Yeah, you're relatively close to there.
Beat that. It's really hard to beat that. That's why, like, barbecue, it's hard for me to, like, find good places. Burgers, it's hard.
Yeah,
like I'm not super elitist when it comes to that kind of stuff, but I'm definitely not like super impressed by a lot of places that people are like, this is the best food we've ever had.
Well, then, Sean, if you ever come to Frederick, and I make this ultimatum with anyone that I end up visiting in my hometown, if you come here, I'm taking you to Wags. And Ian, you can confirm this, but Wags burgers are pretty solid.
I'm still so mad that I didn't get the chance to go out there when I was
Same.
Dude, we were supposed to do this like podcast back then.
Yeah, we were. But yeah, no. Wags burgers are solid, but their fries are double fried. They are so good. They are so good. And they priced them pretty expensive, I'd argue. But if you pay like, $6, they give you a paper bag of fries. Or something like that. They give you like half a paper bag of fries, and that can feed 2 people alone. Their fries are so damn good. You pour some ketchup on it or vinegar or whatever else you want on it. They are the best fries. They're the best fries.
Fuck, dude. I'm getting hungry now. This is a problem.
Dude, I'm hungry as fuck right now, too.
Man.
Fuck, I gotta make a run to, like, Roy Rogers or something now, man. I'm salivating over this shit.
But, man, I'm big on my fast food. I'm not gonna lie.
Culver's,
it's not the best for me.
Again, I've been to Culver's once and I love their curds. I need to go there again. But you fuckers need to bring one to Maryland.
Dude,
fuckers.
I don't know if you guys are ready for it. Are you guys ready for the fucking hottest take?
Go ahead.
Fast food. I think Taco Bell's good.
We're no longer friends.
Well, dude, no. It's not terrible. It's not bad. I really do like it.
And we got Chick-fil-A last year in Wisconsin. Dude, did you have it? Is Chick-fil-A good? Do you like it? Because I love Chick-fil-A.
Fuck Chick-fil-A.
Fuck you! Chick-fil-A's amazing!
Overrated. It's so fucking overrated, dude. People, are religious about their Chick-fil-A.
Dude, I love Chick-fil-A. It is so good.
Fuck you, Jason.
Fuck you too, Sean.
No, fuck you. No, Chipotle. No, where did Chipotle come from? Chick-fil-A.
You had Mexican restaurants in your head from Taco Bell.
Chick-fil-A is so overrated, dude. Well, no, here's the problem, right? When I was traveling full time, right, I was like, we would have to go get lunch. We can't really go sit down and get a huge lunch or anything. We'd go get food, and I'm with a group of guys each week, and they're like, "What do we do for lunch? Let's go get Chick-fil-A." We go drive 20 minutes away, sit in a half-an-hour line for lunch, get an okay sandwich, and then the next day they're like, "Let's go get Chick-fil-A." It's every fucking day, and I had way too many. I had way too much Chick-fil-A.
Dude, when I was at my work, I was literally 5 minutes from a Chick-fil-A, so I would always go to it, and we'd always order Chick-fil-A, and I just love their food. You put some Colby Jack on the chicken sandwich and get rid of the pickles, and it is so goddamn good.
It's so overrated, man. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. But
Sean, there's a reason there's a 30-minute wait. It's because exactly. It's because
people are fucking stupid, man. No, it's not worth it.
The pickles need to be there. I can't believe, dude. I just don't like pickles. They're way too sour for me.
Dude, I have a Chick-fil-A 5 minutes from my apartment. It took me 2 years to go there for the first time. Because I don't give a fuck about Chick-fil-A, man.
Now, Waffle House. There are 3 Waffle Houses in my town. It took me 20 years and a trip down to Brunswick, Georgia to have Waffle House.
Dude, I've never been to Waffle House.
It's pretty good. It reminds me of Denny's to a degree, but honestly better than Denny's.
I know, I feel like Waffle House is just an experience that you go to.
It's an experience, but it's decent food. It's not shit by any means. It's not great. It's not the best food on the planet, but it's a 7 out of 10.
Going back to Chick-fil-A, fuck you guys. I'm right.
No,
it's overrated.
Chick-fil-A is an 8.5 out of 10, bro.
It's so overrated.
Chick-fil-A is amazing.
No, people will constantly make it their number 1 fast food. No, it's so overrated. I
would be real with you. I put Swenson's over Chick-fil-A.
I've only had Swenson's once, so I can't.
I would put Swenson's over Chick-fil-A. I would argue that. I can't do a fair assessment. And I can't really have an opinion on Culver's because I've only been there once, and I had their cheese curds and their burger. Their burger wasn't that great, but their curds, oh my god, their curds.
Man. Yeah. Meanwhile, out here, I got Raising Cane's, and Raising Cane's, they get carried by their sauce. Not gonna lie, the chicken is like decent. They get carried by their sauce. I've got Popeyes. They got fantastic seasoning, but the chicken's not always the best.
Yeah, I typically avoid them.
But
KFC's
Chick-fil-A,
dry. Their chicken's dry as fuck.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is never my first option for fast food chicken.
Yeah, well,
Never.
chicken, they kind of have to be my first because we don't have, you know, Bojangles or we don't have Bojangles where I am, or Jack in the Box or any of that crap.
Dude, don't you mean Crack in the Box? God damn, dude. Jack in the Box is good. There's one like not too close to me, so I don't go.
I've never been to one.
Ever.
They're a Western chain.
Dude, they're good. They're good.
Yeah, KFC is dry as fuck. I don't get why people like KFC chicken. It's too dry.
Dude, I had to like mostly live on KFC when I was living out of those hotels.
Oh.
That was like my only like fast food chicken I had.
All right, take care, Alexis. Thank you for being here.
Bye, Alex.
My go-to for fast food is a local restaurant. For me, that's not really fast food. If I want good food, I just go to Wags. Or I go to Cacique, which is a Mexican place. And their prices are okay too. By the way, Mexican is probably one of my favorite foods, region-wise. And Italian's also really solid. There's a place in a south part of town called Manaloo's, which is expensive as all get out. Like, a meal there will cost you $40. But, my God, is it genuine. Their food is amazing. Yeah. We're somehow friends with the owner there, but dude, Mexican and Italian are like two of the best foods on the planet.
Bro, I had that trip down to Cancun that I took last year.
Yeah.
And I had all expenses paid. Not all expenses.
Well, like all-inclusive.
All-inclusive, thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. All-inclusive resort that I stayed at. And it was like really fancy restaurants they had. And because like my hotel status from traveling all the time.
You got a butler for a whole fucking week, and I'm jealous.
I got upgraded to a VIP treatment. I got upgraded to the top floor at a corner suite. At a private butler who would make like reservations for me. So like whenever I was heading back from like an event, I would get to like go have a reservation. One of the times I felt the most important like in my life was going to a restaurant. They open up a door, like there's a group of like 10 people there trying to get into the restaurant and they can't because they don't have a reservation.
Yeah.
And it's full and they're like, you guys got to wait. And I walk up, I'm like, hey, I'm here for my reservation. They open the doors to the restaurant. I walk in, they sit me at the table right in front of them, overlooking like the ocean with this giant window and it's like private table. And I sit down, they sit me down in their view and they close the door behind me.
That is such a power move. God damn,
dude,
bro.
I'm like, holy shit, I feel powerful right now. But that trip,
dude,
incredible for food. Like out of everywhere I've ever been, I try to keep a track of like where the best food I've ever had is, and like Cancun is number one on my list of everywhere I've been. And like the food was so good, I got the giggles. Like that's how you know something's good. You take a bite, you just start laughing. That's my indicator. Just because holy shit, it's that good. I had these fish tacos, dude, that were so just incredible. Just the flavors. I had the giggles, and I'm like, I just want to order this again.
I can't blame you.
That trip was just incredible. It was crazy because I tried a lot of new stuff. I went to like this like banquet that has a lot of like traditional like Mayan cuisine, something like that. I don't remember what it all was, but it was like we went out towards Chichen Itza, and it's one of those like touristy places. But they like
and you passed by Poop.
I did pass Poop, Mexico. Yeah,
there is a real place called Poop, Mexico that he passed by.
But yeah, that trip was just incredible. All the food I had was just so good on that entire trip.
Kind of jealous, not gonna lie. I'm kind of jealous.
Man, it makes me want to go back just because of how good that food was. Like if I went back, I would probably stay at the same hotel, because it's
it was literally called fantastic. Poop. It was POOP.
Yeah. All the restaurants being like don't pay anything. I went to a steakhouse, got myself like steak, got like a glass of wine, and like when I was done, I just get up and walk out.
Oh my god, dude, that is nutty. I'm jealous, not gonna lie. That kind of reminds me of a cruise. Have you ever been on a cruise?
I have not. I want to.
Dude, I'm
I
going
really
on
do
to
want
Mardi Gras on in mid-January.
Dude, that sounds like it'd be wild. A Mardi Gras cruise.
It's Carnival Mardi Gras, and all inclusive. All the food there, like you can just walk up. Like, of what I know, I was on the Carnival Vista a couple years back. You could walk up to the pizza place at 2 a.m, get a slice of pizza, and be on your merry way. I did that. That felt so fucking good. You could just walk up and get a slice of cheese pizza.
Dude, I miss New York. I went to college in New York, right? And being in college, you do college stuff and make stupid choices.
Yeah.
But like, it'd be 3 a.m, get back to like the campus. There's a pizza shop right there, and you walk in. I want a cheese slice. And these slices, dude, were like, think of the size of a paper plate.
Yeah.
It was bigger than that plate. It's put 2 of those plates together, and that length, it was a single slice of pizza. You get that for like $3. Get that for like $3. Yeah, you could do that.
That's like a whole fucking pizza in the size of a slice. Really what the fuck?
Dude, bro, what gets crazier? If I was feeling really ambitious and hungry, they had a chicken parm pizza. They don't put chicken parm on. They don't put chicken parm on top. They stuff the pizza with chicken parm.
I want that. I want that.
I've spent so much money.
I fucking want that, dude.
They got so much money when I was
that's like mac and cheese bites from Sheets to me, bro. I want that shit.
Dude, you want to hear a crazy story related to the owners of that particular like pizza shop?
Yeah.
When COVID hit, they were trying to like scalp all the supplies. So they bought a fuck ton of stuff, and then like got in trouble for it because they're trying to sell it at a higher price. And I think the place had to close down.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But fuck, man, I miss college.
Yeah,
I miss college sometimes, especially the late night pizza. God,
dude,
I could go on and on about food. It's so easy.
And
between like traveling everywhere. And
oh my god, yeah. But there was some other weird thing I did while I was on that cruise. It was I think they had a Guy Fieri's like burger joint there too. On the ship, on the cruise ship, and you could just get whatever the fuck you wanted. So I ordered a burger at like 5 p.m. and I was like, it wasn't Wag's tier, but it was damn close. And again, I think I ordered like at 11 o'clock. I was like, damn, bro, I'm starving after like watching a movie or something, or I forget exactly what I was doing. No, I was playing Mario Kart with a couple people. So I was like, okay, I'm hungry. Let's go get a burger at 11 p.m. It was just,
dude.
I love
all
inclusive
Guy
shit
Fieri
like that. That was
open
so
up
fun.
like, why doesn't Guy Fieri make like a French fry bar and call it Guy's Fries?
Dude, he totally should, man. He totally should.
Guy Fieri, I'm selling this idea now. It is mine.
It is a patent.
You legally cannot use it.
It's a patent.
Yeah, you legally can't use it. I declared it right here now. All right, dude. Do you want to talk about anything else, or should we wrap up soon? We've been going for almost 2 hours already.
Oh my god, we really have.
Dude, I'm here, man. If people are having a good time listening, I could go all day.
I mean, we talked about the trip to Canada. We talked about your trip to Cancun. We talked about Thousand Year Door already. Hold on. What that was a 20-minute conversation on food.
And I could go longer, dude.
Oh, we could go longer. Have you shit on Unity yet? So I feel like that I'm gonna put that Unity thing to sleep, honestly. Like, yeah. I feel like it's overblown. I get it that they're a shit company and they're just slowly killing themselves and shooting themselves in the foot. I'm gonna say it's not as bad as it is, but it's still bad. Like, yeah. I think it's 200K installs and $200K in revenue, which albeit a lot of companies are going to hit, especially the bigger ones. But if you're just a small indie dev or you're just making your game for free and for fun, you're not going to have to worry about that shit. I feel like a lot of people blew that out of proportion when it's like, oh no, the mods for X game are going to cost money now. No, they're not. It's a lot of that shit got blown out of proportion. That being said, if you're like, Inner Sloth or one of those bigger companies that actually makes a profit off of your games, yeah, you're going to be shitting bricks because of this, and you should damn well be doing so. And honestly, I can't blame you for, fighting back, because honestly, I would too. But for like, free stuff where you're never even going to cross that anyway because you're not making a single buck off of it, you shouldn't be worrying. But when it comes to
Dude.
commercial shit, I would be very upset.
Yeah, I haven't fully kept up with it. I know it's like a lot of shit's happening, so like I'm not probably the best person to talk about it.
Yeah.
But do you see Megacrit's statement, like the studio behind Slay the Spire?
No, I did not.
I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but their last line, the final line was, "We have never made a public statement before. That is how badly you fucked up."
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. The only thing they'll charge it on every download making not pirating any games even more important than ever. Well, no, Meg. So here's the thing. The requirements for them to start making a fee out of using Unity is crossing two thresholds. 200k downloads, which anyone can do, but 200k in revenue. If your mod or game is free, no one, you're not going to pay a fee, period. You're not going to worry about that because you're not making 200k revenue from a game you're charging nothing for. So that I feel is overblown. That's why I'm like, that's overblown, because it's overblown. But again, when you're a indie dev that has like 10 million copies sold, yeah, I would be worried for good reason, because you're definitely making over 200k in sales, and you definitely have made over 200k installs. You've probably made at least 6 million installs on a 10 million bot game, because not everyone installs your games. But point is, I would be worried if you make a buck off your game, because it's very predatory. I will agree with that.
I'm not enough of an expert to talk on that topic.
Yeah, that's just how it is. I still think of it as very stupid and very predatory and just straight up evil. It's just the problem that we have with game engines today is that, yeah, you have Unity and you have Unreal, and that's basically it, unless you make your own in-house engine, which, if anyone knows how to do game dev shit, making your own engine is expensive, it takes a long time, and there's just a lot of stuff that you can fuck up. And if we all know how Bethesda works, you just reuse your same engine from 24 years ago and just expect it to work. Starfield. But no, there's a lot of problems with like engines today, and albeit Unreal seems to be the good guy here. It's just my problem is that Epic Games is Unreal, and frankly, they're not the cleanest track record. It's I don't know. I have some fear for that, of basically Unreal getting a monopoly here, and that's what I'm more scared of, because if Unity dies, Unreal is going to be the only thing most indie devs can come to, except for, I forget what it's called, something Go. But it's some sort of like other engine that some indie devs are using. There's also one, I believe, what's his face, the guy that made Undertale, he's making some sort of engine as well. But those are like all really small, and I doubt people are going to use those that much. But if they do use them and they become mainstream, then that'll be really nice. Godot, thank you, Godot. Yeah, we need more of the small guys to get big, because then we have more competition. But if Unity dies, all we have left is Unreal Engine. That becomes a huge fucking issue, because then Unreal can become the thing it's sworn to destroy. And we don't want that.
Yeah.
Sean definitely knows what we're talking about.
Absolutely. Yes. Go JSIC. Yeah.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. But yeah, that's my current fear about like just game engines in general, is just the monopoly factor. That's all I'm worried about, and it's the same thing with basically like Microsoft buying out all these companies. I'm kind of happy that Activision got bought, because now they're under management that actually, gives a fuck about the games at least somewhat. But Microsoft is also not a perfect track record either, and that also kind of scares me. And at least we still have Sony in a game, and at least we still have Nintendo in a game, and they're all kind of doing their own thing, I guess, TM. But it's just Bethesda being acquisition and then Activision. It's cool, but I don't know. There are some things that you should be concerned about.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything else you want to talk about, Sean?
You got anything else on your list to talk about, or should we start wrapping up?
Talk about, I don't know. Again, we talked about the trip to Canada. We talked about travel food. We talked a lot about gaming. We have a nice lawnmower outside making a lot of noise. That's cool. Do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about the Switch 2? Do you want to talk about that, or do you care about that at all?
There's a Switch 2.
There's going to be. They're already leaked.
Does that answer your question of how much I care about it?
Yeah. Okay. Then, well, I guess we won't do that. But basically, Square Enix and I believe Capcom already have like dev kits for them.
Oh, nice.
I think it's Capcom. I could be wrong. But
are we talking like Nintendo Switch, or are we talking about like
the next gen,
the PlayStation,
the next generation? Okay, like Nintendo's Gen 9 console.
Gotcha.
But I won't get into the whole specs, the supposed specs of it, but apparently they're trying to Square's trying to put Final Fantasy VII Remake on it. Again, that's just a total rumor, but that would be interesting. Apparently
I'm glad that Nintendo is finally getting specs good enough to get a game on there potentially that was made back in 2020. So go Nintendo.
It's kind of annoying. Like literally, I don't know if you saw my reaction to the Direct like a week ago. I was like, oh boy, another game that looks like it's running at 480p. Oh boy, another farming sim. Oh boy, another farming sim. Another farming sim. Another farming sim. Another Octopath clone. Another Octopath clone. Farming sim. That's all it was for the most part.
Dude, I bought those Nintendo game vouchers back when I bought like Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
The ones where it's like $100 and get 2 games. So I'm like, okay, it's 70 for Tears of the Kingdom, or I can spend another 30 and get a second game. That'd be $60-$70.
Yeah.
The other things come out, or I'm like, yeah,
exactly.
What I'm thinking of picking up Metroid Dread, but I don't know right now.
I would not pick that game up for $60. That's like a $30 game to me. It's just like it's a Metroidvania. They're not worth $60.
I know. Meanwhile, I love those types of games. That's why.
Oh no, I completely get why. They're a good genre. It's just that they're not worth $60 in any place. You have Hollow Knight and stuff like that.
Nothing's really come out that's made me be like, yeah, I want to use this voucher on this game.
Yeah.
So it's just sitting there. It's been sitting there for like 4 or 5 months now.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. I gotta use it within a year of purchase, I think.
That's dumb.
But it's just sitting there.
The only thing I could see using it on would be something that releases next year, which by then it would be expired. So again,
I mean, I think I could like at least pre-purchase.
I mean, you could do Wonder. You could do Mario Wonder, but like, that's not a $60 game to me.
Get it? No, I don't think Mario games like
Mario games are not $60 anymore. They just aren't. I mean, Mario Odyssey.
They're $70.
Mario Odyssey was at least kind of worth it to me.
Yeah.
Because it's a collectathon and at least has purpose. But
the classic platformers.
But the classic platformers are not $60. I don't care who you are. They're just not $60. I don't care if you add challenges to them. They're not $60. They are $40, if that. A platformer is simple to make. Literally, there are thousands of them.
Dude, I'm just gonna drop the voucher on the new Princess Peach game.
That would be funny, but we know next to nothing about that fucking game. It's just abilities. Also, Meg is now really wanting Peach in pants. I don't know, but like, okay, what's the gameplay?
Dude, you know what my first thought was when they were showing Peach and all these different styles? I was like, holy shit, the next Smash Bros is gonna go crazy.
I mean, yeah, not me getting called out like this. What? I had to, Meg. I'm required to. We're supposed to bully you. That's like rule number 1 of SavageCast 20 streams is tell Meg to shut up and bully her casually.
Shut up, Meg.
Shut up, Meg. But no,
Alright, man.
I just don't see anything about, like, it just looks like a Kirby clone to me, in all honesty, except it has Peach instead of giant pink ball that likes to say Poyo because he is a cute boy.
Counterpoint on this, even if it's like similar type of game, I know back on the DS there was another Princess Peach game.
Yeah, Super Princess Peach. Yep.
My kid's sister loved that game. So like having more games that have like stronger female leads.
Oh yeah,
especially
Peach,
in Nintendo. And great.
Peach needs a game. Yeah. We've needed a female representation game for a while because Super Princess Peach I heard was decent, but it was basically, and I quote from someone in my chat, it's a PMS simulator. You control 4 different like feelings on the touchscreen, and it does something to the environment. And literally someone in my chat was like, it's just PMS simulator.
Jesus. But yeah, dude, think about it though. How many Nintendo games have like a lead female character? Metroid.
Not many. Except for Samus and Metroid, but like not many. And even then, they fucking ruined that with Other M. So
yeah. But I feel like it's good because it's giving more people representation.
Yeah, it like I find a lot of the representation thing to be stupid, just my opinion, but they like when it's done right, it can be amazing. And honestly, they kind of needed a Peach game for a while. It's been a long time. I'm surprised Daisy hasn't got one or Rosalina hasn't got one, frankly. I'm surprised none of the female leads in Nintendo have gotten one recently because I feel like at least one of them deserves it at this point. Like I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Super Mario Land's like kind of remake / add-on or something. I'm surprised we haven't gotten any of that yet.
All right, man. Should we wrap up?
I feel like we should.
We've been going for I feel like we've been going for 2 hours. We get a lot of
we do cover a lot.
Let me give myself a shout out.
Yeah, go ahead.
if you guys aren't following me,
okay, snob.
Yeah, if you guys aren't following me, there's me. That one. Yeah, I do a lot of Pokemon. So if you enjoy that, come check that out.
He does a lot of Nuzlocke and other crazy shit.
I might be playing Spider-Man, dude. It depends on people if like actually want to watch it. It's hard. So like, it's hard to get people motivated to
watch you play a different game.
Yeah. Like I put this poll up like 8 hours ago, and 2 people have responded. One said yes, they'd watch it. One person have said no, and like people just aren't interested in watching like full playthroughs.
That's the problem with playing new games. You have to have people interested in it, and like that's a problem with me. Like I'll play a game and I'll be like, okay, well, not many people showed up to it. I had fun with like this one guy, and that was about it. And it's like, do I play it again and do that, but like not have anybody watch? I don't know. So there's a lot of that I have to like internally discuss with myself.
Yeah.
And that's just a problem with like playing any new game. It's just like people don't show up for it, so like why bother?
Yeah. I know we said we're about to wrap up, but fuck it, we're diving into this topic now. This is a thing though with it where it's like you as a small streamer, you live and die by
what games you play.
The people that show up. And like truly appreciate everyone that shows up for us. Truly do. And it's hard because it's like if we play something that you guys aren't interested in, then like we're not really getting people to show up. It's very hard to stay motivated if we're playing a game that like we're passionate about. It's like I want to bring something new to an audience, and if no one shows up, then it's like
then why bother?
Yeah, why bother taking my time to play this game? Like very early on, a game I loved, Nier.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was streaming Nier, and like I did a poll, like, what do you guys want to watch tonight? And it's like I had like people 7 or 8. Yeah, like 7 or 8 people said I want to watch Nier. I averaged half a viewer across like a 3-hour stream, and I'm like, this is so demotivating to me.
I think I tuned in for like 30 minutes, but I was like doing something because I remember tuning into that because I remember seeing like a book or something like flying around one of the characters. But I was like, I have to go do something, so I had to leave. But that's rough, bro.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like I expect people to be at every stream.
Yeah,
but it's hard to stay motivated because like if I choose to play something that I really enjoy, but it's not my standard game, then it's very likely that no one even shows up. And at that point, why am I taking my time to stream a game when I can just play it on my own? Because when we're streaming, our personality is very different from how like
Oh my
I'm
God,
playing
yes.
a game on my own time. Like on my own time, I got my feet kicked up. I might have like a drink, just kick back, enjoying a game. But
Yeah.
like if I am like playing a game on stream, I got to keep half my focus on chat. I got to keep half my focus on the game. And like for me, I like to explore maps. So I'll spend half an hour checking every little nook and cranny. That's not fun to watch.
Yeah, that was kind of me with
So
playing Doom Eternal on stream. I was just like, yeah, I don't get why people would like enjoy watching it. It's just, I suck at the game. I was like constantly cycling from the map to the game just to check that I got every little secret. And I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to quickly burn through this playthrough and not do it again.
yeah, but I can say all day how like I could stream to 0 people, which is true, but it's also very demotivating.
It's not fun. It never is.
Mm. So I kind of feel pigeonholed into like doing Pokemon right now because like I want to try different games, but like story games just don't perform well at all.
No, exactly. And that, like with me, if I want to do a playthrough, I can't interest people unless I, Google Translate or have an AI rewrite the entire text.
Have a gimmick.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of gimmick to it. And with you, it's like you have like people aren't going to just watch vanilla Pokemon because that's boring. They have to do a Nuzlocke or something. Like I'm not trying to poke at you for saying that. I'm not trying to knock you down any pegs. I'm being real. Am I wrong?
No, absolutely. No, absolutely.
You have to play a ROM hack or a Nuzlocke in order for it to be fun.
The DLC just dropped for Pokemon. And you know how unexcited I was to even start it? Not because of like everything we talked about earlier with like the DLC and how I'm just like not enjoying it. Even starting the stream, I was hesitant because do you know how many people I have followed on Twitch where their stream title was new DLC. Oh my god, Teal Master's out. New DLC. It's all the same.
Can we branch over to a topic just like this?
Yeah.
Games coming out. The early bird gets the worm. That's it. Once the game is a week old, no one wants to fucking watch it. That's what I hate about any like popular or like single player game. It's popular for the first week and then it just fucking dies. It's what happened to Call of the Lamb. I loved watching those Call of the Lamb streams, Sean. It's just that no one else wanted to anymore. It was a great game. It was a great like gameplay. I definitely would have enjoyed watching it over playing because I suck at those kind of games. But it was really fun to watch and it was really cute. It's just, unfortunately, it just kind of died. And that's a problem with any game. That's why I leak games early for clout. It's just early bird gets the worm. I leak Tears of the Kingdom a week early. I get the clout for it. It's just how it is, unfortunately. And I hate saying that, but it's true. You have to be the early bird to get the worm.
Yeah, so when it comes to those games, it's like, what's motivating people to coming to our streams to watch it when you have everyone else?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I went on a fucking spiral the other week about ads on my channel. Because, like, I don't like ads. If I could just completely remove them from my channel, if I could completely remove them, I would. But I started having this big internal debate of, like,
I mean, literally, I have a command that on my stream deck that I can press.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, because it's like, oh, very nice, Chelsea, very nice. But it's like, do I do pre-rolls where it's like anybody clicking on for the first like 30 seconds gets an ad? Because I had this problem the other day. I clicked through like 17 streams, I think. I kept count. I clicked through 17 streams where I sat through a 30-second ad. I'm like, I fucking hate this. And I get through the ad, and then I'm like, I don't like this person I'm watching. And then it's on to the next person. And it would happen again, 30 seconds.
Yeah,
so I started thinking, I'm like,
I hate how Twitch does that. I really do.
Yeah, so I started to think, how can I try to improve the new viewer experience? Which is where I pulled a question to my like Discord, and everybody fucking hated the idea of like potentially even having mid rolls to try to make the experience better for people coming into the chat. People fucking hated the idea.
I mean, I understand why they didn't like it, but I feel like damned if you do, damned if you don't. And the thing is, if you mention it to your audience, and it's actually happened to me back in 2020, I was like, okay, guys, I'm going to do a channel point redemption for an ad break because it's funny. No, you're just doing it for money. My brother in Christ, I only make like 2 cents off of that.
Dude, when
you think I care about 2 pennies?
Someone literally messaged me. They're like, yeah, you're not getting much money from it. I'm like, no shit, I'm not doing it for the money. I want to try to improve the new viewer experience. But then there's also people that will like run a ton of ads. It's like I watched 10 minutes, here's a minute ad. 10 minutes, here's a minute ad. So I was trying to find a way of like, if you do 3 minutes, you don't get pre-rolls. That's the minimum.
Yeah.
Is like 3 minutes for 0 pre-rolls out of your entire stream. So that's what I was trying to do. But I also don't want to ruin the experience for people who do show up, because like I said, you live and die by the people that do show up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but, well, that's another problem, Cole, is that people are very ignorant to the fact that Twitch is a really shitty platform, and they require ads X amount of time, and if you don't fulfill that, they'll just put pre-rolls, which basically demotivates any new people from coming to your channel, because I doubt you have the patience, especially with half the motherfuckers on this goddamn platform having ADHD to some degree. Oh, there's an ad, skip. It's such an unhealthy way to grow small channels, and it just makes the big channels bigger and the small channels stay small. Mm-hmm. It's a very unhealthy way to keep a site. I mean, obviously Twitch itself is a loss leader for Amazon. Like, we all know that already. It is a giant bleeding hole for them. But the way they do it to help to hinder small channels is just very ass backwards, and they require X amount of ad time for X amount of minutes, and no one wants to do that crap. That's why, again, I'm like, go install an ad blocker. Like, seriously, I don't give a shit. I don't want you guys to give me ad revenue. If you want to do anything to help the channel, just watch the fucking channel. Seriously, that's all you have to do. It's just like liking on a YouTube video or watching it. It helps the channel more than giving me 5 pennies because you watched an ad. If you want to give me money, just, I don't know, donate to me or something. I don't fucking care.
I'm going to break out stats right now. Let's see how much money I've made over the last 2 years of having ads on my stream. I'm going to find this
as well. I'm actually curious about this too.
Because like, it's not about the money for us. Like, I want to give the best experience possible, and ads ruin that. And like Celsi's saying, it's demotivating to find new streams to enjoy. Like, exactly. I try to find people who stream during the daytime when I'm working, have some noise up, find people that are chill to listen to, and I can't. Hold up. Oh god, where's this at? Earnings. Am I able to like look at all time?
I don't think you can, unfortunately. But let me just quickly scroll through. Okay, do you guys want to know how much I've made on the highest amount I've made on 1 month of having ad revenue? Do you want to guess how much, guys?
Yeah, I found my, by the way, I found my number for all time.
Oh, how do you do that? How do you do that?
If you go to earnings, and then on the bar that shows like the last like week or whatever, you click on that and set it back to whatever date you want. So from the time that I got affiliate, so having ads as of 2.5 years now. I want you guys to guess, how much money have I earned from ads? Because like all it does is hurts us.
$40.
How much?
$40.
What if I told you were being very generous right now?
Well, what I made is probably closer to 60 over the past 4 years in ad revenue. Actually, hold on. I actually have the actual number. Who wants to guess how much I made in ad revenue over the past 4 years? 4.5. Take a guess. I'm not even joking. Like, go ahead and take a guess. Of the almost $5,000 I've made on Twitch, how much have I made in ad revenue? $94 I've made in ad revenue. That is child's fucking play. That is $100 I wouldn't cry over losing.
Yeah.
I've made almost $5,000, and 94 of that is ad revenue. I could give 2 fucks about that. I would be more than fine with you just watching the damn channel, or if you really fucking want to, subscribing. Because frankly, that helps way more than watching ads.
Yeah, dude. I I have made almost $1,200 from like subs and everything. I have made $15.60 off ads. So it's not about the ads to us.
It's
guys.
not. It really isn't.
It's not about the ad money. I had that whole question and people were giving me so much flack. I had somebody in my DMs like flaming me and they're like, fuck you, you like disappeared for 3 months and then come back and now you're trying to push this on us because you want to get money from us. Fuck you. And I'm like, you know what? No, get the fuck out of here.
Bro.
So yeah, fuck them.
What the
people
hell,
were outright in my messages like pissed at me for a genuine question because like I don't want to ruin the experience for you guys because you guys are the ones that show up on a
I hate
like,
that you have to walk on
mainstream basis.
eggshells for that shit. Cause like again, I'm open about this. I have made just under $5,000 on Twitch over the past literal almost 4.5 years. That is nothing. Like $5,000. Ooh, that's a big number. That's not a big number over 4.5 years. A big number is making like $50,000 a year. That's a big number. This is not even $5,000 over 4.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's maybe impressive if you live in fucking Mali or something or someplace in Africa. Not here. Not in America.
Yeah. So to bring it all back, why we even started on the rant of ads, I want to like try to improve the new viewer experience.
No, I get it. I completely understand it.
But I don't want to hurt the experience that my current viewers have. But I'm also feeling pigeonholed in having to play Pokemon because that's what people mostly come out to watch. And if I try something else,
with me, I'm scared that I'm just going to be a JSIC box and TTT streamer because that's essentially all that I do, and it's scheduled to do that. But I would love to do more different things. It's just that having the ability and the time and the willingness of people to join me on those other things is hard, and B, I suck at a lot of games. And C, having the viewership for those games is usually awful. So why even bother? It's like,
dude, early on, whenever I was just like, fuck, we're going to do these one-off streams. What was really fun was we were playing just random shit that had no streamers. So I was using that as my claim to be like, I'm the #1 streamer of this category. I had like 5 or 6 people. Like I was the #1 Plants vs. Zombies streamer. I was the #1 Peggle streamer.
Oh my fucking god! Didn't Doug recently start playing that again or something? Like
maybe, possibly. Yeah. But God, no. Plants vs. Zombies. What was cool was like there were actually a few people streaming that, and I was actually #1 on that.
Nice.
Where there's like 10 people. I had the most viewers at that point, which was pretty cool to see. But I'm like, yeah, my lame claim to fame is I was the #1 streamer of this category. I was also the only streamer, but I was #1. That's what matters.
That was me with a lot of Mario Party. I actually like have checked multiple sites, and I've been #1 whenever I stream Mario Party or something. Because no one fucking plays Mario Party, especially the GameCube
Mario
versions.
Party 5.
What?
I'm like, no one plays Mario Party 5.
Yeah, no one plays Mario Party 5 or 6 or whatever, and I'm one of the lucky few that is #1 for a game that no one fucking plays. TM.
Well, dude, what's your thoughts on like older games like that being mixed in with the categories of like newer games? Because this is a very, very common thing for Pokemon, where if you're playing an older game, you stream it under like the newest one.
I find that annoying personally. I find that very dumb. I don't label Mario Party Superstars whenever I play Mario Party 6 because that's false advertising in my opinion. And that's just against my morals. However minute my morals are when it comes to pirating games and shit, when it comes to false advertising, that's crossing a line for me.
Dude. Yeah, well, like with Pokemon in particular, what makes it hard is like the older categories, like since they're considered separate categories, if I'm playing Pokemon Black and I'm streaming under that category, it's not getting recommended to people that are like frequent viewers of Scarlet and Violet. So it's like it's very common for people that play Pokemon to like say, hey, I am going to stream under Scarlet and Violet because that's where everybody is, because you don't get recommended other streams. Like that's how I met Panda. He was playing Pokemon Platinum under Sword and Shield. Because like if we're looking under specific categories, like it's hard to find specific people.
No, I get that.
Like it's very hard, and
It's
you don't get
against my
recommended.
morals, but honestly, like frankly, you have to game the system. And that's with
Yeah,
anything.
I mean,
I mean,
here's the thing.
I will
It's
admit, I
allowed.
gamed the system on YouTube. I gamed the system on YouTube, and it tripled my sub count in one day because I leaked Pokemon Scarlet, and apparently 200 people like, holy shit, Pokemon! Why does it look
Pokemon.
like shit? Well, I wonder why it looks like shit. Maybe stop buying
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, the thing is though, it's like not really gaming the system. Like it's allowed. Like I think
Yeah.
Twitch has outright said like, hey, you can do this for like older games in the same grouping.
Really? I actually didn't know that.
It's something, I don't know. But like it's not against like terms of service or anything
Okay.
because like you're being dishonest. Like it's a common thing to see like for Pokemon streamers,
Okay.
older games in this category.
Because I know they got a hard on and got like really like pissy about like just chatting, and half of the just chatting streams were just girls in hot tubs. So they made the hot tub category.
That's a whole different thing.
No, well, it is a topic, right? It is like a category on the stream. So I thought it was a lot stricter, but I guess not.
Well, like that in particular was like they were technically just chatting, but it was absolute like degenerate.
It was degeneracy.
Absolute degeneracy. So like they ended up making that category to appease that, to be like, we're not going to ban you.
We're just gonna
get out just
redirect you. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Spoiler culture. Well, spoiler culture, I feel like, is dead because of the internet. Like, you need to literally live off the grid if you want to avoid getting spoilers. That, or just not look at like the game you want to see, or just basically avoid the internet when the game releases.
Dude.
So, like, again, it's kind of a dead thing. Like, everyone knows that Tetra is Zelda and Wind Waker at this point because it's a fucking 21-year-old game. Shut up, Sean. But no, I find it, I like, again, if you want to not get spoiled for a game or a show, you just avoid the conversation of it. And unfortunately, that's going to take a toll on you and not on everyone else. Not everyone's going to bend the knee to you to avoid a conversation about a game. And frankly, that's how it should be. You should be the one having to avoid the conversations. But again, it's hard to manage that. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is with the internet and all that. You just got to deal with it, unfortunately.
With spoilers, I feel like we as like a whole gaming community have some responsibility to like temper that, because like yeah, you can say like just avoid the conversation altogether. Like I also feel like in some spaces, like I go on Reddit frequently, there's like spaces where it's like, here is a place where you can have whatever conversation you want, join this thread, like you can have any conversation you want about the game. Like there's spoiler free threads so people can go in, ask their questions without getting specifically spoiled on stuff.
Yeah.
Like we,
well, that I can get. That I can get. There are some civil areas to do that, but I feel like if you're out in the open and there's like, you know, if you're on YouTube, you're SOL. You shouldn't even be on YouTube if you're trying to like, you know, look up something for a game, because you're just gonna get spoiled immediately.
Dude,
because that's
literally
just the internet.
what happened to one of my friends was like, if we look something up for like Baldur's Gate was a specific example on this one, we were looking stuff up on there, and then their YouTube ended up starting recommending Baldur's Gate, and literally front page, like they're not even on YouTube looking it up, but like because of algorithms and all that shit happening, it goes to YouTube, and YouTube's like, massive fucking spoiler, final boss of the game, here you go. Like,
yep,
at that point,
that seems
what
about
can
right.
you do?
That seems about right.
Like, so I feel like there should be some onus on us, so we don't like be assholes.
I feel like that's more of a YouTube's fault thing. That's not really an our fault thing. That's more of a YouTube thing. That being said, I feel like typically avoiding the conversation is the way to go. Like, again, I know basically next to nothing about Baldur's Gate 3 other than, haha, there's a Jason character that dies. Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome.
But like, again, like, I haven't been spoiled the game, and like, I haven't even tried to actively avoid anything. I just learned to not care about looking shit up on the game. And frankly, that's the way to do it, at least in my experience.
people can be such assholes though. Like I was
Oh
playing
no, they can be.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
They can be.
I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and someone made their username a spoiler for the anime Chainsaw Man. And like it was like week 1 the show came out. And someone changed the name into spoiler. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, dude. So it's messed up. People will go out of their way to be assholes. Like,
no, there are a couple bad apples in everything.
I think we should still absolutely shame people who try to do that.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot harder to avoid spoilers nowadays because of, like you said, it's such a prevalent part of like games and the internet. Where it's
especially
just all
when
this
you get
information's out
clout
there.
for leaking shit out. You like people get clout. Like again, I have done this. When you leak a game early, you get clout for it. It's the same thing with showing a final boss. It's like what Beard Bear and all those other motherfuckers on YouTube do. You post gameplay for the final boss. Congratulations, millions of views. It's the same thing.
Yeah, dude, like chasing that specifically, early bird gets the worm. People were creating like guides for classes for Baldur's Gate. Like day 1, they're like, here's what you need to know. Here's the things to look for. But the problem is a lot of it was outdated information that they pulled from like early access. And it was just outdated information that was no longer accurate. But they're like, I got to get this early.
Wow.
Like, day 1.
Okay, that's just shitty. That's just malicious.
Yeah. No,
like I will admit, I have chased clout. I will admit that I am terrible for doing that. But again, like, you have to play the system in order to get anywhere. So I will put my morality on a shelf to do that. But like at least I mention it beforehand. Like, hey, I'm doing this, and I mention it to my community. Hey, I'm doing this, and if you don't want to get spoiled, you just turn it off. You just ignore me for the next couple days. But if you do give a fuck and you do want to see it, cool for you. Lucky for you. Congratulations. Enjoy looking at my algorithm. But again, like I try to be nice and straight to the point. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this. Keep an eye out. Or, hey, I'm going to be playing 6 hours of Tears of the Kingdom because it leaked. If you want to watch, come join in the Discord channel. And there were like 6 people that were watching it because, hey, some people wanted to see the game because Nintendo sure as fuck wasn't going to show anything. So why not I do? And early game spoilers are insignificant because Nintendo showed half of them anyways on trailers. So frankly, I don't feel bad for showing the first 6 hours of a game if you're just going to end up seeing it anyways. So like, who fucking cares? But like endgame shit, I could understand being mad about because it's endgame shit. And frankly, if you're a no-lifer who literally played a 100-hour game in 2 hours, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Bro, literally with Baldur's Gate, like after I beat it, I started looking at conversations. I'm like, I finished my first like playthrough. And people are like, I'm halfway through my 3rd playthrough. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, how do people do that?
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Unreal. All right.
Yeah, I think that might be a good place to end off, Sean.
I think so too, dude. We've been going for 2.5 hours.
Super appreciate you being here, dude. We had a great chat.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
My pleasure,
I'm glad I had this chance. Because it's not often that I get to talk at people. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. So again, please give SFair a follow.
Yes,
I can't do another shout out. Fuck.
Really?
Hold on. Let's get this to work.
That one, yeah.
There we go.
Do that one.
Sean plays a lot of Pokemon Nuzlocke and a bunch of other weird shit. He's a cool guy. He collabs with his buddy Panda quite a bit too. He's a nice guy. As you can tell, if you've been listening to him for the past 2.5 hours, because it has been 2.5 hours, I shit you not. He's a great guy. I love chatting with him. But yeah, thank you all, and thank you, Sean, again for being here. And to anyone that asked any questions, I hope we answered them.
Should I show everyone my new background?
Your new background? Oh, go ahead and curse him. Go ahead. Oh God. It didn't work. You're also muted, I think. You're also at like a lower frame rate. Oh. Hold on.
There we go. You guys like my new background?
Jesus Christ, I hate you.
Dude, it's so buggy.
Wait, what's your question, Cole?
Yeah, what is this question?
That's my old setup pre-flood.
You
That's my
guys
old
like my new
setup
background?
pre-flood, and I hate it. I hate that I gave you that. I gave you too much power.
Do you guys like my Majora's Mask? Oh, how about this Doom Eternal? Is this music?
Yeah, it's a vinyl.
Yeah. How about that Mario doll that I got down here? How about that?
Oh, fucking God.
No, Celsi, you're just fucking stupid. No.
If you have a fever of
Man.
100 degrees and you hold water in your mouth, it will eventually boil. 100 Fahrenheit is not 100 Celsius, dumbass. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. I almost used this background for today because it'd be funny, but like as you can see, the camera's a little buggy.
Yeah, as you like, literally, Sean looks like he's in a glitchy matrix right now because he's just like, it looks like VSync is going over his screen or something. Dude, he just bite and blasted his camera. Bite and blast.
My Biden blast.
Bite and blast. Boom.
Yeah, the camera's super buggy. But yeah, dude, I think it's a good time to wrap up.
Yeah, I think so too.
There were a good number of people here from the very start, which is
oh my
awesome
God,
to see.
yeah. No, there are a lot of you guys. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for all the questions, and thank you, Sean, for like being able to discuss some stuff with me. I had a lot of fun with you, dude.
No, I had a great time.
Yeah.
But I got the chance to be on here.
But yeah, thank you all for being here. I greatly appreciate it. To CJ and Hunter, thank you both for the subscriptions. I greatly appreciate it, guys. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good place to end off. There he is, back to his normal setup.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sean, give Ladybug a few pets for me, please.
Ladybug! Where's she at?
We still need to meet up sometime, like at your place. Oh, no, she's behind you. Behind you.
Hi.
There she
is.
is.
Hi.
Aww.
Can I lower the camera at all?
Not really.
Hey.
Good cat. Good kitty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Sean, again for being here. Cute dog. Shut the fuck up, Cole. But yeah, thank you all for being here. I greatly appreciate it. I hope we discussed all the topics you guys wanted. Again, Sean, thank you so much for being here. Huge props to you and everyone here that stuck around and listened to us. Thank you so much, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Here's to another SavageCast. Imaginary glass of champagne in the hand, but here's to another.
All right, take care, y'all.
All right, see y'all, guys. Take care. Stay savage. Peace out.